Hey, we got numbers.
Hey guys, welcome to the ClevelandMoto podcast, episode number 518. Light 'em up, boys.
Hey.
Right to the party.
I'm doing the Sleepy's favorite,
Yeah, that was
Tinkle,
such a fun thing.
Tinkletown. Got the Shanky's whip, man. Whip me, beat me, make me write bad checks.
The official liquor
Whip it.
of the Cleveland
Man,
Moto
it is
podcast.
Whip it good.
So whip it dippy. Yeah, it's a powerful whip. Yeah, it
In
is
fact,
a powerful,
in
whip.
honor of it,
What's that, sir?
in honor of it, we should play Smith's promo at some point.
Oh, yeah.
today.
You're going to send it over to me or something. One of the things. ClevelandMoto@gmail.com, and I'll probably make that happen.
Big thank
Yeah.
you to Craft Services. This cucumber tomato salad is tasty, and the little sliders, delicioso.
So good. Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, we're not joking around. The craft services here really do. They really do overserve us.
We did just get back from the Culinary Institute at Cake Bread Wineries in Napa.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Well.
where did you go? So you're checking in from Cake Bread Winery. Yeah, you live in the Napa life over there.
Exactly. It's funny that of the bunch, I'm the bougie one.
Yeah, you are totally the bougie one. Yeah. Somebody taught Tom how to eat. That's a real thing. Well, what a thing, man! What a deal. The lineup tonight is our normal crew. Happy to have us all here. To my immediate left, we have
Dan Kropke.
to his left,
Steve Sleepy.
and to his left,
Johnny Mac and Cheese.
and to his left,
Speedy Pete.
and to his left,
Shanky Smith.
and behind the bar,
Tom Pennington.
holding it all together. I am drinking, as I might have mentioned earlier, the official libation, or the official new libation of Cleveland Moto, since Stroh's hits us and hurts us all the time, is Shanky's Whip. Everything you liked about Stroh, but less fucking deadly.
Much more vanilla. caramel.
Way more delicious. I'm having a Shanky's Whip. To all of you out there who haven't been whipped, get
Less
whipped.
bludgeoning, more whipping.
Yeah, it's the pride of iron.
The current official drink of Cleveland Moto podcast.
At the moment, we're in the Bourbon Ferry, and we're definitely going to have a Shanky's Whipper. Yeah, so we'll have a Shanky's Whipper.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kromke, what are you drinking tonight, buddy?
Market Garden Pin High Pilsner.
Pin High Pilsner. And Sleepy, what are you drinking?
Crescent 9 Seltzer.
I can smell it from here. It tastes like blue cotton candy. It smells like blue cotton candy.
Yeah, and
If that's even a thing.
It's Smeltzer.
it's got 50 tickle units in it.
It's got 50 tickle units? Yeah. And then to his left is John. John, what you drinking tonight?
Well, I started out with the Franklin Castle Market Garden Pumpkin Spice.
Very
Ale.
light pumpkin. It wasn't an overwhelming
I
pumpkin.
wanted more of a punch in the face.
We have some
look at that,
Shanky's
look.
Whip.
Ninja Jaso says, I have a bone to pick with Johnny Mac, not letting me know that Shanky's Whip is an addictive substance.
I sent you that link so we can let people know
Yeah.
how much Smith likes it.
So we have to give
is-
credit due, though. I mean, Shanky's Whip came into our lives at Mid-Ohio.
Right.
And that was what, Kevin... I'm
No,
bad
no,
with names.
I brought the first Shanky's
Yeah,
Whip
yeah,
from
Kromke.
Wisconsin.
Right.
Kromke.
Well,
Yeah,
but
100%.
but at Mid-Ohio, I had Shanky's Whip.
Yeah, it was
That-
it was before that.
Okay. So Dan Kromke.
No, you had Tyler's Whip. It was that
John,
guy.
were you not here? We had the mini bottles of Shanky's Whip.
Right, we did.
Looks just like
Oh,
that.
wait a minute.
But this big.
Okay, well, I have a feeble mind.
Come on, Tom.
Sleepy?
Where are they?
Sleepy?
Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Throw it up, baby.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
We're going to check the audio.
Oh, wait, not wrong thing. Hold on. Right, hold on. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, right there. There you go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
But I will say, Chris Smith has brought the Shanky's Whip hard.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, get it.
Shut your pie holes.
Before we start, you're the best, baby.
You gonna play?
Well, it's playing, but I'm not hearing it.
Bringing this.
It's
start
not
with
playing.
that too. I
Oh,
don't
there it
drink
goes.
alcohol,
She's
so
playing
nobody's
like a
driving.
It's
and
playing
drinking.
there.
But Chris,
I
go
don't
ahead
think
and
we
do
can
your
hear it from
promo. What do we got?
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna give it a clean start.
You're the best, baby. Chris has not been
Boys, if you
drinking
can hear
in
this.
the car. He's just bringing this home. We'll start with that too. I don't drink alcohol, so nobody's driving and drinking. But Chris, go ahead and do your promo. What do we got over here?
We have what's known as Shanky's Whip, which is the Lord's liquor, and people love it. So if you haven't had Shanky's Whip, the Lord is asking you to enjoy a little bit of Shanky's Whip.
And what is this? What is this stuff that you're talking
This
about?
is Irish whiskey, a
Okay.
little bit of caramel. But you will see Jesus. And actually, Jesus has said Shanky's Whip is better than holy water. Thank you for your attention.
There you go. Better than holy water, my friends.
Who was that pie-eyed guy?
Yeah, seriously. Oh my God.
So Dan was correct
Yeah.
because
Dan
I
was correct.
just found the box.
Okay.
And it still has, let's see, a 2, 4, 6, 8
Oh, baby shankies?
baby shankies.
Those are valuable. Those are very valuable.
Yeah, you get baby shankies. That's a good trading stock for Mid-Ohio, I think. Yeah.
So-
Shanky's Whippets.
Super cool.
And those
Shanky's
are-
Whippets.
Shanky's
Those are
Whippets.
available online in groupings of 15. So you get 15 at a time, 30 at a time.
Woohoo! That's a party right
They've
there.
been whipping people in Canada, apparently, Ninja Jaso.
Oh, really? I'm in Alberta, Canada, and I sort of been whipped, and I made sure to
Well-
whip my friend, too. Fuck yeah, dude.
I'll admit, this is not the first time I've been whipped in a basement.
No, it is really, yeah.
I need to go to Canada.
I've never been
Dungeon.
whipped in a basement this bright, though. Yeah, I think we should do an away mission, and we should go to Sudbury and do the Letterkenny tour.
Oh, yeah. I'm in.
Yeah, that seems like a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, that seems like a good day out, if you ask me. I love that idea. I wanted to announce we do have Mark. Mark is a $10 Patreon member, fresh from the till. Made the cash registering for us over there, Mark. We really appreciate you. Thank you so very much. We've had a lot of people. We had a gentleman come into the shop yesterday with a Miss Emma tattoo on his bicep that literally said, "Give it the beans." It was Miss Emma's face, a 3-dimensional, like a beautiful tattoo of Miss Emma's face wearing her cowboy hat. Give it the beans, and then he found a picture of him with Miss Emma and his tattoo. That's fucking bonus points right there.
You know you've made it.
You know you've made it when your face is on somebody else's body.
Right.
Damn. Yeah. Miss Emma is literally, she has been preserved for posterity on a man's bicep. Very fucking cool. Up on his shoulders. Really neat.
Johnny Mac, we can't wait till somebody tattoos your face on their ass.
Oh my God.
That is going to be
In
perfect.
the Bourbon Fairy actually, the little Bourbon Fairy cartoon you did a couple of years
If
ago.
you, if anybody tattoos
I
my,
think Missy did that, actually. She
I
said
think
it.
Missy did.
Yeah.
if you tattoo my face on your ass, I will personally kiss myself.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. I got plenty of tattoos. One more ain't going to hurt anything.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I will give you a deep French. I will give myself a deep French kiss.
I'm seeing
my
that like a Steve-O, but a Johnny Mac back piece.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
amazing.
Very scary.
Just please,
very, very
please
scary.
take a quick shower first.
Yeah, but just in the interest of hygiene. We understand there's things that happen.
Just for the
but come
record,
on.
we also all agree Miss Emma is a legend. We
Miss
love her
Emma
dearly.
is an absolute.
Yes.
We all love Miss Emma here at ClevelandMoto Podcast. That is
Well, and all the
undoubtedly.
misfits too, as that goes. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but what is your
except
top?
for Knock.
What is your
Well, yeah,
top?
fuck Knock.
What is your top 10 favorite?
Yeah. Right.
We should do the top 10
Our
misfits.
top 10 favorite misfits. Oh fucking hell! I cringe at the whole idea. Yeah.
I've got a 10-gallon head. That is so true.
A message came in that said, "My ass ain't big enough to fit that head on it."
Lord. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be a pretty good sized tattoo. You might want to
Give me the Mac Cam.
Spend $1 for that one, yeah. Yeah, spend $1 for that tattoo.
Oh wait, no! Don't cancel it. What am I doing?
Oh,
There you go, Mac Cam.
Okay,
Yeah.
big head, blue eyes, red face.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
camera loves to jack your face up.
Yeah, it does. That camera likes Johnny Mac a lot.
You think I wear sunglasses
Yeah.
all day long outside?
Yeah, looks
exactly.
like it.
You look like you were ranting about politics in a truck.
You know what grinds my gears?
This is the last thing you see before you're run over at a protest.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Too soon.
Too soon. It's always too soon.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's just a real thing, and it's fucking awesome. Hey, here's the thing. Just wanted to bring it up. Things are getting a little tight out there. Moto City Motorsports dealership up in D12. They're out of business, and that news came about suddenly, and that was not the kind of thing. I mean, I just talked to people from their shop a few days ago. And that was not something that was out, but I did get a message. Like they went social media today and said that they're out of business, and so that's in case you weren't aware, guys. Just know that
It does.
it's happening. All right, and the market right now is pretty fucking bad. And you know they're Oakland County, Michigan. They're a dealership that's been around for a while. Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, right? They're not a small shop. This is a legit place. And they announced today that that's it. So that's a tough one.
In Columbus.
Columbus, our friends at Capital City Scooters, they're closing down. They're in their shutdown mode right now, selling off the last of their inventory. So if you need a scooter, give Caitlin a call at Capital City Scooters because she's definitely got some great inventory down there, and she's selling down. They get some pre-owned bikes down there too. You should definitely jump into.
Stacks and stacks of helmets. Last picture I saw.
Yeah,
they got a whole bunch of stuff to go.
Take advantage and throw some love Caitlin's way. Caitlin and Chris down there, they've done a great thing for 17 years, and it really breaks our heart to see them go away. The thing about Motor City is like straight up. 3 days ago, their website was running, and now their website is a freaking dealer spike placeholder. Like it is bad. So please, please, please support your local businesses. Get out there and visit your local motorcycle shop. Give them some love, man. Remind them that you exist. You know, I get it. You've been ordering your shit on Amazon because it's cheaper. You love your Temu. Go down and give your local motorcycle shop a little bit of business, man. Buy a fucking jacket. Buy a helmet.
Tanuka-san.
Oh, Tanuki-san. Oh, today.
Tanuki-san.
Oh, it doesn't even burn, man. That can't be whiskey. Oh, man, that doesn't even burn. That's just
it's all fun and games till I start talking about Cybertrucks.
Right. And then we know we've arrived. Yeah, that's the way
It's
that
not
works.
whiskey. That's happy.
Transistor radios don't come from Japan.
Exactly.
Right, yeah. So, about this, so we had a very interesting event at the shop yesterday.
Do tell.
It was the first time in my career as a motorcycle shop that I had to call the police for a test ride.
Wow.
And I'm not joking.
Well, you were on borrowed time.
So, we don't do test rides. We haven't done a test ride in a long time, but I did mention shops are going out of business. So I've loosened up a little bit. I've loosened up some of my rules. And we had a gentleman named Mike, and I think Mike's a common enough name. We're not throwing him under the bus. And I also know based on what I know about him, he doesn't listen to our podcast. So Mike said, I have a 2024 Honda PCX 150 scooter. And I've had many, many motorcycles. I've been Harley Davidsons, I've been BMWs, I've had all these motorcycles. But based on my age and kind of diminishing skill set or diminishing power, let's just say it that way, I decided to go down. I went to my local Honda dealer and I bought a 2024 Honda PCX 150 brand new. Has very few miles on it. But it's not enough. I realized I overclocked it. I overshot and I need a bigger bike. So I said, I got just what you need. Let me introduce you to the Bergman 400 that's been sitting in my shop for at least 16 months, right? And there's nothing wrong with this Bergman. It is a Bergman in every sense of the word Bergman. It's a 400cc scooter that goes along about 95 miles an hour. It is longer than your sofa. It is as comfortable as your sofa. And it's a scooter. So I told him, and he actually sought me out. He saw it on our website. And I said, yeah, come on up. And he says, well, yeah, I'm going to come up. I'm going to load the PCX up in the trailer because I'm coming all the way up from Louisville, Ohio. Not Louisville. Louisville, Ohio. So I'm coming up from Louisville, Ohio, which is a suburb of Youngstown. And if you know how silly that sounds, it's a ways. It's a hike. Then he called me and said, I had a problem. I was supposed to be there at 3 o'clock, but I had a bit of a kerfuffle with the trailer. And so we won't be coming up today. The trailer, I jackknifed the trailer behind my wife's Subaru, and something's gone to hell in a handbasket. We made it as far as Akron. We're going home. Okay, that's fine. I have no problem. So the next day, I get the call. We're coming up. Cool. Can you tell me how to get from our house to your shop using no freeways? And I was like, this is not a game I'm good at.
I can. Pull your phone out and plug the address in.
So that's what I said, because I always look for the shortest distance between 2 points. And they said, we don't do that. So I was like, you Mormon? Like, what's going on? Like, is there a rule in your...
Coming by horse and buggy?
Right. And I said, Mennonite?
You should have transferred him directly to Mr. Smith.
So anywho, I do finally figure out through the use of 21, et cetera, and Berksville Road and all the other roads, and I get him directions. Yay. Approximately 5.5 hours later, they arrive on a 1.5 hour journey. And they arrive 5.5 hours later, and sure as hell, he's driving a PCX 150, and she's driving the Subaru Forester, whatever it is.
No trailer.
No trailer. That's fine. I mean, you're doing low-speed roads. Rock
summer,
on.
yeah.
PCX 150, beautiful day. Great day for a ride. I'd do the same. Now, mind you, the last conversation I had when she said, can you tell me the non-highway way to get to your shop? Unky Phil said, I'll be at your place in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I will bring with me in the back of my truck the Suzuki Bergman. We will exchange signatures. No money will change hands. And I will leave your place with the PCX 150 in the back of my truck, and I will be back here to the shop in less than 3 hours. That is the shortest distance between 2 points. Stay on your fucking couch.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll be there post-haste. I'll dispatch the Wolf, and we'll take care of this immediately. So, no, he wants to test ride the Bergman. It's a Bergman. They're kind of all the same. All right, very good. So, here he is. He's in my driveway. I explained to him a couple of items on the Bergman. He seems extremely excited about it. He also appears to be about 193 years old. Best I can tell. And not dicking around, I'm going to say he's 83. Okay? He's either the world's hardest road 68-year-old or the best preserved 90-year-old. One of the two.
Still less implants than cinch.
Yeah, fair enough. So, without any hesitation, he gets over and he gets on the bike, and I explained to him that next to our shop is a side street. The side street goes down, there's a big, giant, beautiful cul-de-sac in there you can turn 18-wheelers around in, and that's where he's to test ride the bike, because they don't like traffic. They don't like Cleveland. They don't like vehicles. But they have put themselves in my neighborhood directly at school pickup time.
Oh.
Where if you've ever been in my neighborhood at school pickup time, there's at least 3 motor vehicle accidents and at least 4 Dunkin' Donuts related injuries. Okay? This is not the time to be leaving my parking lot on something you're not totally hip with.
Because you have school traffic and
Dunkin' Donuts traffic.
which never
Exactly.
ends.
Which never stops. So it is an awful hour to be in front of my shop. So I explained to him, yes, you're going to be test riding it on that road. So I'm in the process of selling another bike, a Mid-Ohio bike, China's finest, fling poo, whatever. And in the middle of doing that, I see him pull off of the side street, and I know he's going to just pull into my parking lot now, right? All he's got to do is make one right-hand turn. And he drives right past my fucking shop. And he proceeds gaily forward, eastbound, on Lorain, Ohio Route 10, one of the busiest fucking streets that you could find at this time of the day. And I know from multiple sources, he does not have a phone.
And down.
He does not have a phone. He does not know where he is. He does not have a map. His wife has the phone in the car. Because when he drives by the shop, I said, does he have his phone? And she goes, no, he doesn't. It's here. Wouldn't do him any good anyway because he never calls anybody on it and he doesn't know how to use it for maps. By the way, their Subaru Forester has a complete navigation system built into the dashboard that they literally have blocked with pieces of paper. So they don't have to look at it. No. Paper, so they're not distracted by the moving images on the dashboard. Or they could just put the address in and go where it tells them to go. But no,
If I navigate by sextant.
Yeah, exactly. So he is gone. So he's gone for 1 whole human hour.
Holy shit.
And now I've moved on to other conquests, and I jump on the PCX 150 because it has his license plate on it, and I'm going to find a person that is riding my scooter that has no license plate on it. So it will complete the law enforcement package if I show up on the bike that has the license plate for the man who at this point I'm probably certain is laying in the road. I make a circumnavigation of my neighborhood, and I do not see traffic snarled up, law enforcement, police, sirens, hospital, ambulances, whatever. I don't see any of that. I go back to the shop. I even see my UPS man, and I say, my UPS man, I am looking for an ancient man on a blue scooter. If you see him, explain how to get back to my shop. And he goes, gotcha, because my UPS guy is the greatest UPS guy in the world. We love you, Jay. So I go back to the shop, no luck. I deal with another, customer situation, whatever, help Renee out.
What's dude's wife doing at this point?
Sitting in the
she's not
back
concerned at all?
of the Forester. She's been married to this guy for probably 60 years.
Okay.
And I said, does he do this a lot? And she goes, no, but he does get lost. And I went, okay. So then I go out for my last.
Did he have like one of those purple or pink bands on his wrist?
No, he did not.
Did he have the wraparound welding
He
goggles?
did not. No, he did not. He had a nice burgundy colored helmet, circa 2001, and whatever. So I go out for my last route, and before I go, stunning moment of clarity. I'm going to call the police department. So I call the non-emergency number for our local district, explain the situation. Do you have any motorcycle crashes in the area? Do you have any disoriented old men in the area? Do you have anyone you think walked away from a care institution or something? Nope, no, we're good. I give the police department his description and his name and phone number to his wife so that should he be located, they can contact the respective parties. And I fuck right off on the PCX 150 for my third run in the neighborhood. My phone vibrates. It's Renee. We found him. He is no shit at the corner here. He is at Warrensville Plaza and Orchard Park. He is fourth house in.
He's like 2 blocks from me.
Yeah. He's fourth house in, sitting on a lady's porch, having iced tea. As my scooter is no shit sitting in the street, not parked against the curb. No. In the fucking street. On the side stand, and I show up on his bike, pull up the driveway. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Oh, that bike's too heavy. So heavy it couldn't find its way back home, apparently. Well, Mike showed up on my porch about an hour ago, and Mike was pretty upset because apparently 4 people gave him bad directions to get to my shop. And I said, no, 4 people probably gave him great directions to go to my shop. I just don't think Mike listens much. So, yeah. The good news was he wasn't 15 miles away. He wasn't dead and he wasn't in a ditch. So that's cool. So I said, okay, Mike, jump on the back of the bike and I'm going to take you back to the shop where your wife is patiently waiting because now it has been, and I shits thou not, 3 hours since the moment he departed on the test ride. Mike, jump on the back of my scooter. I'm not getting on the back of that scooter. It's gay. Well, you rode it here, sir. So what I was going to do is I was going to leave the PCX 150 there, put him on my bike, and get my bike back to the shop because that's my property. So he won't get on the back of the bike to save his fucking life. He will not do it. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to go back to my shop and get your wife and the Forester, and I'll respond back here post-haste. I do all those things, except now when I get to the shop, there's 6 customers at the shop, all looking at Renee like, when's the boss man going to be back? Because you have a vagina, and I only talk to penises.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be great.
I'd just like to note I speak vagina fluently.
Again, if you've ever spent any time at my shop, you'll know that the women that work at my shop are extremely fucking capable and can sell anything we have there better than I can.
Who doesn't want to talk to Renee? She's like one of the, when I go to your shop, that's the first thing I'm excited to do is talk to Renee.
You're lucky to talk to Renee.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But they want to have the Phil Waters experience, and apparently that's a thing around ClevelandMoto. So I jump in the back of the Forester. I told Renee, I was like, well, you can exit this situation. Yo, Kurt Edwards, woo! We love you, Kurt Edwards.
Let's be honest, they would rather have the Phil experience than the Tom experience.
I'm going to call you,
Nobody
Kurt.
wants the Tom experience. Let's just get that correct.
I've been thinking about Kurt. I've almost called you too many times. I need to really call you. So you'll probably be hearing from me.
Kurt's still deaf from as much as his ears were ringing at the Moto Guzzi rally. Because nobody didn't say, where's Kurt? Right? And much love.
I used to have Tom's name and Kurt's phone number confused.
Oh, confused?
So when I try to call Tom, I'd end up talking to Kurt.
Oh, that's
kind of
hilarious.
pleasant.
Which is really pleasant.
That's a bonus.
I know.
That's it up.
What's the area code for his area? Because
it's not this area code, so that's all that matters.
Oh.
So the long and short of it is, I go back, I get Grandma. So I'm in the car. Grandma gets in the back seat of the car. I drive the Subaru Forester over to the driveway. I show up. Carol, if you listen to this podcast, Carol, you are an angel. Carol has been literally wrangling this crypt keeper for the past couple of hours.
So she's just a random on the side of the road.
She made the mistake of sitting on her porch.
I thought this was like, okay, that's even better.
No. She made the mistake of being the 5th person he asked directions from. But because Carol is a human being, she was like, you're in no shape to get back on that bike.
Yeah.
So she sequestered him in a chair with some iced tea and hoped that help would arrive, right? And eventually she figured out how to call the shop. and she called the shop and help did fucking arrive. So now I get there and I'm like, okay, Carol says, now Mike, you understand, you're going to get in the car with your wife. Phil's going to get on your scooter and he's going to ride the scooter back to the shop where he's going to put the scooter up for consignment and we're going to sell that scooter for you because as we talked about, Mike, you don't need a scooter in your life anymore, Mike. This is just something you shouldn't do anymore in the interest of your wife and whatever. And Mike instantly became, nope, I'm getting on my scooter and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Mike doesn't know how he got here. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. If he says he's going to get the fuck out of somewhere, he has to know where the fuck he is first.
He has to follow the Subaru.
Or the Subaru has to follow him. In any goddamn case, his wife is like, no, Mike, I think you should do that. That's a good idea. And I'm like, well, that's fucking the voice of reason. Great.
I got a question here.
Go ahead.
What time of day are we at now?
We are now at rush goddamn hour.
Because I'm thinking if they're taking not highways all the way back to Louisville,
Yeah.
they might want to get a room for the evening and get an early start the next day.
Yeah, because it gets cold now too. Like
it gets dark and everything else, right?
You're applying logic to a situation that is
Mike's not
illogical.
approaching that.
yeah. You might
Carol
be right.
says, Phil, this has all been discovered. This has all been discussed. Get on the bike, take it back to the shop. They're going to jump in the car. They're going to go home to Louisville. He's going to come back and get his bike with a trailer, or you're going to sell it for him, one of the two. So in any case, I would like to remind everyone that the primary thing that happened here is I lost the sale. Okay?
and wasted your time.
And wasted prime 3 hours of the day and all these customers for this guy who's, wow. Okay. So I get on the bike and I turn the bike on and I feel somebody apparently must have seen a mosquito or something on me because somebody's swatting a mosquito on my back. No, I'm being assaulted by an 86-year-old man.
What?
His feeble fists were hitting me with everything he had. And I looked at him. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing sunglasses, no helmet, no gloves, no jacket, no nothing. This is all emergency situations here. And I go to pull out and he grabs the back of the bike. Like he's going to stop me on a PCX 150. He couldn't get out of the fucking chair on his own, and all of a sudden he's got Hulk strength, right? So I exceed his feeble grasp, and I proceed gaily forward back to the shop and all that. I have no idea how this story ends. I'm just happy to say I wasn't there for it. I called the Cleveland Police Department and said, he has been found. He and his wife are in the car, and they're on their way back to Louisville. Thank you guys for any support or help you may have rendered. I'm not aware of it, but the bike is back. I have his bike here. I was anticipating him calling. He said, I'm going to call the police. You're stealing my bike. They said, great, thanks, cool. Appreciate the call back. Didn't leave us hanging. That's the first time I've ever had to call law enforcement on a fucking test ride at my shop. Do you know how many test rides there will be at my shop next week? None.
Yes,
It's over, friend. It's over.
Well, I was going to come down and check out the 700.
Okay, that's different.
Actually, Zimbo was just asking on the messaging when he can test ride a.
I have a really
Moto
close.
Guzzi.
Uh-huh.
I have a really close personal friend. I mean, he's under 80, and he would like to come test ride a bike.
Yeah. If I don't fucking know you at this point, and you just go, I want to take that bike out for a test ride. Again, I asked Renee the other day, because I let a guy take a test ride. I said, Renee, how many test rides have I given in the past 10 years? And Renee's like 0, right? I've let 2 people take test rides in the past 2 weeks, and it has ended up not great in both situations.
Okay, but you left me. I need one more stroke to finish. So what happened to the bike? So the
Still at my shop.
Oh, so it's literally still at your shop.
Yeah, I pushed it in this
So you
evening.
got to see this guy again.
I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to
I
that.
can't imagine how that's going to be fun that day.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Did he agree to the consignment deal?
No.
Okay.
No, he said he was going to call the police.
So what are you going to do when you slap him with the storage bill?
Nah, I'm not going to play any of that shit. I'm not going to play any of that shit. But you know, the thing was, had he done what he said, it was like, had he taken a little test ride next to the street next door, brought it in and said, that's great, I'll take it. But I don't know why he decided he needed to go off on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in a neighborhood he knows nothing about.
Well, on top of that, if he said it's too heavy and he didn't like it, wouldn't you want to get the fuck off of it and not go for an hour-long ride on it?
Apparently,
Well, he wanted to, but he couldn't find his way back.
so he went to the Triumph dealer, which is
I think-
all of 6 blocks from my shop.
I think he
And
did. I
straight.
think he rode past
Straight.
the shop and didn't even see the shop.
I think he did too. That's why I was, yeah.
Also, I agree with that. I totally agree he didn't see the shop. He just rolled on down because he.
Oh, look at all those motorcycles
Right.
over there. Wow, that's a cool
Well, he
shop.
made
Maybe
it-
I'll stop there after I'm done
And
with
I
this
asked
other
the
guy.
Triumph dealer. He's like, those guys at the Triumph dealer, they're full of shit. They told me wrong, and they said to make a left and then just go straight, and then I don't know straight. That road turned.
Turn around and go back the other way, bro.
Oh, they sent
It's
him.
straight.
They sent him down Warren.
I'd
And
say,
told,
yeah.
him to hook back Trisket, or
No,
just
they
back down
literally
Lorraine?
told him go left.
Yeah.
Go left.
It's straight.
Don't even make a turn.
Don't even make the
You're
U-turn.
on the same street on the
Right.
same side of the street,
Yeah.
6 blocks away.
The address numbers are odd numbers. You're on the same side of the goddamn street, and you can do math. If I'm at 162nd and you're at 150th, guess what? You're 12 blocks away.
Don't even go onto the street. Just take the sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Take the
One
sidewalk.
block.
That's how I got him to West 165th to do his test ride. I said, don't even go on the street. Just use the sidewalk.
There are 2 exits out of the Triumph dealer, and you can get on.
Yeah, but you gotta get
150th
you gotta get
instead
through
of Lorraine.
I mean,
I
we
tell you
have
what,
other
let's go into some deep forensics and
You
decide
gotta-
how this guy fucked his world up. Because you
gotta
know what
get-
I can tell you is the guys at the Triumph dealership said, that guy came in, he was a piece of shit, he was angry at the world. He said, how do I get back to Cleveland Moto? And the guy was like, I'll walk you there.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you ain't gonna walk me there. The whole deal. And he goes, I literally pointed where your shop is. I said, down there where you can see Dunkin' Donuts, pull left in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And somehow he fucked that up.
Dude, and we've personally witnessed, like, hammered alcoholics make it down the street from Triumph to us when we used to do the podcast outside.
I was going to say, there's no shortage of drunks on Lorraine Avenue
Right.
at any time of the day or night, and they all managed to find my shop.
Right?
Done.
I'm surprised the dude from next door wasn't like walking down the street from Aldi, going, "Yeah, come on, let's go." Like all they do is walk back and forth to Aldi.
Oh, yeah.
Your shop is all sorts of magnet for all types of non-riffraff, too. Like,
Oh, it's just crazy.
I mean, we just talked about the lady with the walker. And
Oh, yeah.
this and
Yeah, I mean, it's Cleveland. We're in Cleveland. We are not in Lakewood. We're not in the suburbs of Cleveland. We're in Cleveland, all right? And as such, you'll have certain entertainment, right? Things will happen. Things will be there. But yeah, that's it. First time I ever had to call the cops on a fucking test ride.
Yeah.
And but the whole time, I got to tell you, I'm not a monster. The whole time I'm driving it on the PCX, I'm terrified that I'm going to see what? An ambulance. I'm terrified I'm going to see police cars. I'm terrified I'm going to see a sideways Bergman, right? I'm not a monster. I legitimately was concerned about his safety and my bike.
And not in that order.
In some order. Yeah, in some order. But I wasn't concerned about the bike. I had the PCX 150. It was already there. So it was fine. I was actually riding the PCX 150. So no matter what happened, I was in the clear. But anyway, old's a bitch, man. Don't get old. Yeah. Yeah. Old wins.
Well, you know what? So me and Johnny, Mac,
my mom used to say, getting old's hell, but it beats the alternative.
yeah. But me and Johnny Mac went out to Nelson's Ledges again this last weekend.
Yeah,
and
you did?
Went and watched Paul and Kevin race and everything like that. And that was all great, and it was awesome. But the dude next to Kevin was like 75 maybe.
Dave Roper, boy, he's getting up there in age. He was a bit tottery, but he still was managing to race his Aramaki 250.
350.
350?
Yep, 350
okay.
sprint.
I stand corrected.
And hammer. I mean, like race, like the dude's fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're watching him trying to get it on the rollers and stuff and moving it around. It's like, oh, God, Dave. And I felt bad. And at one point, he's like, yeah, my brother-in-law says, help has destroyed more things than everything, so don't help anybody unless they ask for it. But I'm like, dude, I at least got to stand near you and spot you. And sure enough, he was pulling it off the table the one time, and it ran off the ramp that he has because he rolls it up a ramp onto a table to work on. And it came off, so I waited till the last second, and I grabbed hold of it, helped it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to let go, Dave. But Dave has the distinction of being
the only U.S. rider to win at the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dave told me that 25 years ago.
Wow.
And I thought he was lying to me.
Yeah, no.
And he also told me he was racing a Aramaki in Weir at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, nah. I know he's legit
He's been racing the same bike for probably 30 years.
since 1972.
The bike he won on was a matchless G something.
Probably.
G20 or something.
Go ahead and
like
throw
that.
this up.
But like I was fiending.
But then he corrected me and said that I'm not the only. I'm the first,
first,
because a guy just won it on an electric bike.
Oh, that's right.
In 2000 something.
But so here's the thing. So you know me, I'm foaming at the mouth now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh man, I got to interview this guy. I'm like, this is what I live for.
Good luck with that.
I go up and I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he just walks away.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, you want to talk? He's like, no, not really, and just leaves.
His
Like,
level of hearing, first of all, I don't know if you understood that, but
Yeah, he
was very not.
But and then here's the best part: the whole day ends, and me and Johnny and Kevin go to this like little pub down in Garrettsville.
I
Right?
highly recommend, if you're ever in Garrettsville, out near Nelson's Ledges, to go to Two Travelers. It is a beautiful little pub,
Yeah.
and it is extremely cheap for the magnificent food and drink that you will receive.
But while we were going to this wonderful place, we saw him in a full Aerostitch suit on some other 1948 motorcycle, putting through like
It in
Garrettsville.
fact was a Moto Guzzi
Yeah, it's
meat
Guzzi. Yeah,
slicer.
it's a
I
Guzzi.
sent a picture of it,
Yeah.
and
Okay, well, what year was
and I
that
think
thing?
he was trying to pick up a 60-some-year-old woman who was chatting him up. He was, fluffing the bird or whatever.
I've got some nylons.
But kind of my hero. I'm like, I can see myself being him in 20 years, hopefully.
Yeah, this is
Make that more like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Okay.
this is one of my favorite pictures of him, and this is from several years ago when he's Team Obsolete. This is the Matchless, so it's a great picture. I love that picture of him.
That dude is fast, though. No question.
Oh yeah,
Like, he is
he's
a
been
fast.
He's been racing his whole life.
Kevin
Yeah.
said that he has not more than once had him come by him bumping his handlebars and come on the inside and get taken.
Yeah,
out by the
I agree. He's a super good guy, super nice guy.
And then on top of everything, both of our sponsored riders both took home plaques and
Yeah.
trophies and things.
Yeah, podium man.
Yeah.
that's
Paul
badass.
killed it, dude. Paul's bike was fast. His hack is fast.
Well, Daddy only likes a winner.
He does like a winner. That's
we
right.
had a fun day though, man. That was a really fun day. That was good.
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to go out and play with you guys.
But that's when me and Johnny Mac decided.
I figured that at the drop of making a buck, you had to stay home.
Right.
I sold
Yeah.
a hearse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. But more importantly,
Yeah.
Team Blind Raccoon Racing has been established. We have the crew chief and mechanic, test dummy. We're going to work on Tom's going to be craft services at the bigger races.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mac Cam.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Kim. Yeah. Here we go. We're
Oh,
looking
here's
up.
the rant.
We're looking up the rules. We're going through it. We're going to decide what class we're going to do. We're going through all the bikes that we have or that we might want to purchase and what class we're going to try to compete in.
When you go on the racetrack and you run into all these fun and interesting people, I'm going to throw this picture up for Sleepy. Imagine waking up and finding this at the end of your bed. You wake up and you see that fella sitting at the end of your bed looking at you. That's who you're on the track with. That's a man that races motorcycles. That's a man that has the 1,000-meter stare all the goddamn time. And that's what it takes to be the first American to win at the Isle of Man. Yeah, that's not...
So that's Dave way back when.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's
the man.
what he looked like when he won the Isle of Man. So that's the look in his fucking eyes. That's what you're up against. And you think that you're out there, you're skilled and you're a great racer and everything else. That's cool. But when you look up and see those eyes, you're in trouble, my friend.
It's like
He's a big fan of the horizontal pushrod motor.
Yep.
That's what he really
He
likes.
does.
He was Kevin said he was really jazzed about I brought my CT70 out. He's like, "Ooh, look at the little horizontal thing."
Wait.
It's like-
Johnny brought the CT70 as in he pulls up in his SUV,
Yeah.
rips open the door, and it just rips it out of the back. It was
Nice.
amazing. It was funny.
That's cool.
I stuck it up the butt of the Sorrento.
No gas
nice.
leak? Nothing?
I laid it over on its side and carefully collected all the fuel.
With the upholstery of the Sorrento.
Before I put it in.
Oh, okay.
I look at that picture and I see Pete with a dark beard. Like if if Pete would go ahead and dye all that, like the
Yeah.
stuff they have on the shelf
Just for men.
just for men.
Yeah, I'm not going to joke. First time I met that guy, he freaked me out a little bit. Yeah. Yep, that's a real thing.
But there were so many cool people there. There were some dudes that came up from Texas that like this he got me going too because he raced for years, gave it up for a while, then came back. but he got together a whole team. So they showed up with like 5 RC51s, a whole bunch of guys. Like they were on. And so next year he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to sell a couple because I have a few more back at the shop. So I gave him my number just in
my
case.
God.
Because I've always wanted to race an RC51. So that's, I was like, man. But not only that, but he said it's a great bike for that stuff because you can race 3 classes.
Right.
The 2 superbike classes and like a V twin class or something.
You'd be out
too.
there all day.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I mean, you'd have to get your stamina up first.
Oh, yeah, no, training this winter.
Man.
Yeah.
John's going to stand there. Do it again.
You're going to need a montage.
Not even fooling around that.
Hey,
Yep.
the good thing is you have all those chickens, so you can have raw eggs every morning.
You're gonna piggyback ride me up and down the stairs.
You're going to carry those turkeys all over the farm.
Oh, I had to go get them from my neighbor's house today.
What?
My neighbor.
You had a turkey escape?
They all 3. They walked over, and the neighbor was hanging out outside, so he didn't mind. So he was sitting on his deck on the back. Cause like
Surprised he didn't eat them.
Well, that might have been next. But
Yeah.
so
That's November.
he sends me a picture of him hanging out with the 3 turkeys. And I'm
Nice.
like, oh, okay, I'll come over. He's like, no, don't worry, they're fine. But then his wife opened the door because they live kind of in like the barn behind the big house. Like it's like they're only there half the year. So she opened the door to do something, and apparently a couple of the turkeys walked in there.
Of course. Yeah, because they're trained at your house now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's where the snacks are.
What's for dinner? Hopefully not me.
Yeah, right.
What's that I smell? Stuffing?
Turns out they're mean drunks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I very, very much.
Agreed. Justin's got it right. You need to start chasing chickens.
That's what he
Just
says,
like
like
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a unique skill set. That'll put you in good standing. The other thing that we've had is I've been riding the Moto Morini 700.
Oh, you showed up with it today.
I've got the new Moto Morini 700. I'm riding it around.
Which answers one of the questions for this evening.
I'm sorry?
It answers one of the questions somebody had earlier this evening,
Which was?
is what's the lineup?
What's the lineup? Yeah, so today's lineup was actually huge. Today's lineup in front of the shop, and I'm going to see if I can pull it up and we can get it right. The lineup was, I'm going to get this. So we had, do we have 2 monkeys?
Mustard and ketchup.
Yep.
Ketchup and mustard monkeys are both here for Pete and Chris. Tom is on the Guzzi V85 TT. Deathmatch 4000. We have the Kawasaki Versys 650.
Versus the
Versys. The Versys. The Versys derived Escape 700. And then Kromke brought the Vespa, right? Yep. That's our lineup.
And then my car became
And then a car.
And then the Ford 500.
The detective showed up.
Yeah, and I was like, today I couldn't get out of the shop fast enough today, so I was like, no helmet, no gloves, no nothing, just put my jacket on and went. So I'm not going to ride home that way.
You were afraid an old man was going to come in, an old man you with the
man.
last.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have PTSD now with any hostage victim. Like anybody who's ever been like, oh, they kept me in a cave and in Kyrgyzstan for 3 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I've been right there.
Yep.
You have
I've been right there.
PCXD.
So that was the first time I saw the 700. I have not seen it since you got it in because I haven't been there.
Yeah.
That looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a cool bike.
It's so clean on the top of it when you look down. It's like the Apple engineers created the shape of the top of the bike, and like it's so clean. Like I love my Africa Twin. I love it. But you look at that and you're like, yeah, it's a big sloppy. There's stuff everywhere. This thing is like there was like 17 people involved with just designing
Minimization.
The curbs. Yeah,
Just make it
I
less.
still find the headlight area a little, because it shares a headlight area with the 650. It's not quite that different. The 2 little tiny headlights.
I need to talk more about racing.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, if anybody out there like has 2 cows that they kill, I could use the leather. Because if I'm ever going to fit into a leather, it's going to be an XXXXL.
We'll just skin the cow and
silly.
wrap it
He
around
saw
you.
how many bigger dudes were up there in full
Yeah,
leathers
I didn't see
racing.
anybody bigger than me.
I did. At my track day, there was dudes bigger than you.
Well, we'll see. But I know that if I ever want to ride a bike, because there is a part of me that would like to do that part. I mean, I don't have a problem with wrenching on a bike and building a bike, but it would kind of be nice to take a spin around the track after doing a couple laps of history at Mid-Ohio with my daughter.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
that
Let's
was a
just
lot
build
of
2
fun.
of the same bike.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this will look like, and I don't know what the right bike to build is. We have a vast amount of motorcycles in our lives.
Yes, we do.
Many of which would probably be applicable to this application. You know, so I was thinking maybe like a Super Hawk, a CB77 or something that fits in the GP 350 class easily.
Oh.
Or, you know, CB750, do a CR 750 replica or something
Oh,
like
man.
that.
Getting fancy.
But then,
I have one of those, too.
Yeah.
You can do that.
And I think you have an early one, too, if it has the four.
I do.
The 4 carbs. I like those carbs. They're better.
They are better. I agree.
But then you were also talking about the kart track, the Lorraine Loke, L-O-K, whatever that stands for. Yep. And that would be totally interesting to get out there.
Well, that would be so good for us because it's local. Like, it's the closest thing for it. We could do that.
Well, I mean, from Oberlin, if I could leave work and head up there, it would be really close.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man.
So you're thinking on that, though, was like the Benelli TNT 135?
Yeah, that's Mini Moto is a much easier thing to walk into. So there's already a substantial inertia for mini moto racing in the United States. And rather than try to reinvent the wheel, simply getting on, grabbing somebody else's rule book and importing it into that track is so much easier than it is to convince the track that, like, hey, we got this crazy idea. We're going to race bar stools, and then have the track go, well, we have insurance and go fuck your hat, right? There's rules. And we found that out when we were doing the scooter racing thing, that a lot of tracks we went to were like, well, hold on a second. You're going to race bikes that have 10-inch wheels around our racetrack? Nope. Fuck your hat, right? And then we said, well, hold on. There's already a racing organization on the West Coast that's been doing this for 10 or 15 years. Let me show you how professional they are. Here's their rule book. And they went, oh, we speak rule book. And they looked at the rule book and they went, oh, this is actually, you guys aren't just a bunch of weirdos running around on mopeds.
But
yes,
we were.
We were.
But we were.
Exactly. And so there's...
Well, I did notice that when I went to their website for the kart track, that they said if you were interested that you had to contact the local Black River race group. Mm-hmm. So maybe what they're doing is we have the track and everything, you'll pay, but the sanctioning body is going to be this club.
Right.
So it might have to be that hopefully somebody else comes on with a mini moto club that we can just join or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I'd much rather not have to do it.
Right. We don't want to organize it.
I'd rather just do it.
So if Sleepy, I'll throw this up to the lower camera, but let's go ahead and we'll just kind of have it. So because, again, if you ever thought you had an original idea, you were second to get that thought. You were not the first person to have the idea that you had an original idea. Right. There is the Ohio Mini Road Racing League. You see, somebody else has already done all the heavy lifting for you. Okay?
Now, if they add a low track, that's the thing.
Now, so here's their tracks that they run on. So we have Wilmington Raceway, we have, G&J Cartway, we have WRP, and we have G&J Cartway. Because all of these events and all these locations...
Look at some of those courses. And
yeah, dude, that looks fun as shit.
Yeah, so my point being that this stuff already exists. We don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel.
You said you'd stop it with the fucking...
That wasn't me. Who said that was me? Jizz cheek. We can see that.
Stop your jizz cheek.
I mean, somebody wants to throw $5 down, maybe I will. That's
there you go. Nice.
No,
that's a good brave.
No,
yeah.
people already paid good money to make that go away.
Yeah. Right. So...
It's habit forming.
So for people that don't know the way that works, to race and to go out and participate in this is not expensive racing. In Wilmington, you're going to pay $100 for all you can race. You're going to pay $20 for all day practice on before the race. Okay, so $20 for Saturday practice. At Quaker City, that Quaker City is a big course, right? So Quaker City, that's $60, and you get a half day practice on the Saturday before the race, and you can get the race and the practice put together, smooshed together for $210. Okay, so that's your Saturday and your Sunday together. They have an all-you-can-race thing at Quaker City, which is as many classes as you can race for one price. That's pretty cool. So now, if you've got a bike that can participate in a bunch of different classes, or maybe you got more than one bike, then you can do it that way. So that's a way to get, if you're a person that needs a lot of freaking race time, and with different clubs or different tracks, at Quaker City you pay $15, and that's your insurance. Mm-hmm. So your insurance, your track insurance, is $15. Transponders are $10 whole. So That's pretty cool. So the idea behind this is if you get a season license for these places, it's $60 for the whole season. Or if you just want a license for one race, it's $10. So this is not expensive road racing. This is not a big thing.
Are they doing mostly XR100s or?
So let's talk about the classes. So we've got at least what appear to be 13 classes here. Okay, there's a lot. And if you're looking at stuff like their GP3 class, you can find a class for just about anything you want to ride. John was talking about SSRs. Yeah, 110cc 4-strokes, right?
Okay.
So that's in GP3, right? So 110cc 4-strokes, that's right there for you. You want to be in the my favorite is the Clydesdale class.
Ooh, that's
That's
me.
us. Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
This is an open class for novice and expert riders with a minimum weight requirement of 195 pounds in street clothes.
I'm in.
That's too. I was hoping there was like 250 or.
Oh, okay.
Talking about
No, but
lightweights.
that's in street clothes. So you add leather stat. That's a bigger dude. Like I'm
Dude,
205.
195 in street clothes. I'm in that class.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in that class.
205.
Right.
I
Well, you
currently
said
weigh
minimum.
275
Minimum.
pounds.
So
Yeah,
if you
okay.
weigh 193, you're in the
Not
rear with the
even on my
gear.
best day.
You are in your own class. You are not an F3 heavyweight.
Right.
I'm putting a couple rolls of.
Right. Put some rolls of dimes in your pocket.
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
I'll
Right.
make 195.
Keister $25 worth of quarters. You'll be okay.
You're
Right.
doing the weigh-in. You're like,
Right. Exactly.
Got
Okay.
like a diver's weight belt on.
Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be eating this brown.
Engine displacement must not exceed 125cc air-cooled 4-stroke 2-valve
Monkey.
oh shit, you're right.
or 75cc air-cooled 2-stroke
Ooh.
or 63cc liquid-cooled 2-stroke. No liquid-cooled 4-strokes. Okay? So that, you see, they've designed this class to suit the bikes that people show up with.
Tao Hellcat, $800. That would fit. It's air cooled 125. It's actually not a bad bike.
GPR 50 board out.
Right. So anyway, you could also be in a GP class. So the GP class is expert riders only, but there's ways to get there. That's going to be unlimited modifications to your frame. But what you all care about, who's listening to this, is the engine displacement must not exceed 150 cc's.
Ooh.
For a liquid-cooled 4-stroke, or 200 cc's for an air-cooled 4-stroke. That's a lot. There's a lot of bikes that covers. A shit ton of bikes that covers. So
This
there
seems very accessible.
also GP2. GP2 is for novice, right? Novice riders can. It's an open class. What are we going to talk about the bike on that one? 4 strokes up to 160 cc's. All right. Anybody have a problem with that?
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. So you don't have to rewrite a rule book. You don't have to invent the new wheel.
So a full-size CB160 can go on it.
Yeah, and there are classes, again, with as many classes they have, there's not a lot of things that you could be like, oh, well, all right, we can't run. Right, there's a lot of stuff in there. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool bikes out there that you could run and participate in these events. It's called Ohio Mini Road Racing League. I'm not going to sit here and read you the entire fucking website. You have a computer at home, look it up. But there are options. And the trick is we just got to introduce the peanut butter to the chocolate. Right?
Yeah.
That's all we have to do. We have to just say, hey, look, OMRL.
And yeah,
It's gonna happen.
I'm thinking that they've probably contacted them a long time ago.
Right.
At that point.
And there's also things like shade tree stuff, grassroots racing, literally called Grassroots Racing League. But then there's also the Circus Bear. So we have Circus Bear down in Cincinnati that's running around on XR100s and XR50s and all kinds of fun bikes like that. So in this kind of a thing, being a little bit weird, being a little bit alternative, rather than being like, yep, I've got 7 CB350s in the garage and it's only going to take us 375 hours of labor to field one race bike. As opposed to being like, oh, take the lights off of that bike over there and go take it and race it. So that's what do they call that kart track? Was LOK Lorraine
LOK.
LOK,
right? Yeah,
Lorraine,
In Ohio kart.
something, Lorraine, Ohio kart.
right. Yeah, Lorraine Ohio kart, and that's one of those things where
Is that this?
I think it's actually when I'm typing, I think the table's squeaking.
Oh.
Yeah, the table's squeaking. We have a. I'm going to go ahead and move things just so slightly.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
That was good.
That was over. You're done. You're done with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We've all survived that. Okay. Check. All right. So that Lorraine, that Lorraine, Ohio Kartplex, that's a thing that is going to exist here. It exists now, but it needs to be dialed in.
I think the grand opening was June or something.
It was.
Like
I think they had a race already.
I believe they did. Yeah, and they're racing all kinds of cool shit out there. So, Cartplex, Lorraine, Ohio. Let's find out who wants to wager how many miles it is from where we are right now to right there.
I'll wager
27.
Yeah.
under that 20.
12.
Are we talking crow flies or are we talking about on the road?
Ooh, good question. Anyone?
I'm still saying about 20.
You're gonna say 20? All right.
19.
All right. Let's find out. I'm dying to know.
I said 27.
All right. Come on, man. Give me the actual number.
Oh, the address, it's hard as fuck to find.
Yeah, I was just
I had
gonna,
to Google
literally,
it.
I was just going to
Oh,
look
yeah.
it up by the
No,
spot.
you got to Google it, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to find it the
Right
old.
at
I'm going to
six-
find it the old
Right at
fashioned way.
611 and Root Road.
That's what I was going to say.
I think you're right. I think that's
Yep.
what it was. The Root Road sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Root
Because
Road.
it literally is a old dump, right?
Well, Root Road dead ends into 611, and then when you go
Right.
south from there, it changes its name, and that dead ends into the Cartplex.
Am I correct in saying that they have both, I believe, indoor and outdoor facility?
Correct. That is correct.
That'd be cool if you're like indoor and then you go outdoor. You go out through a
yeah.
garage door.
So you said it's at Route and
611,
611
Colorado.
Colorado Road?
Yep.
All right. I mean, this is terrifyingly close to my house.
Just do Quaker Steak and Lube.
I was going to say that's going to be the way, or Pizza Hut, right? So
Negative.
yeah,
It's not by the Quaker Steak over there.
no, it's right by the Pizza Hut. There's a Pizza Hut at Colorado on Route.
I stand corrected again.
You stand corrected. All right. So, ta-da.
So personal pan pizzas after every race.
Yeah, they should be sponsoring it for fuck's sake. All right. So yeah, that is 19.5 miles.
Yeah, that's nothing.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's it, buddy.
said
Yeah,
20?
you're the big winner today, my friend. You're the big winner.
19.
Yeah, that's what it is. You didn't go over too. That's important. So
No, he did. He said over. He said 20. So
oh, he did.
he
All right,
corrected
19.5. That's fine. Yeah. All right.
I said 12.
$1.
Nice.
that. Dan
Nice.
wins. He was closer.
$1.
Without going over.
Well,
No,
I mean,
no,
yeah.
I had 19.
If we don't take 90, then it's 18.5 miles. All right. So there you go. So, but that's close. I mean, anytime you're like, I have a place I can race a vehicle 28 minutes from where I'm sitting at the moment.
Yeah, that's good.
That's close. I mean,
I
that's
had a nice ride with Chris Smith this weekend
until
he gave me the Irish goodbye.
What, Shanky's Whip?
that's the new Irish goodbye. Is Shaky's whip.
We're riding. We went all the way out through the Metro Park. I
Yeah.
was like, we're going to go out to Nelson's Ledges. Hit
All
the
right.
slow route and everything. And then next thing you know,
Next thing you know, you're in Louisville.
if you don't mind, John, I'm going to leave. There's 271. Goodbye. I'm like, what the fuck did
He's
I do to this
confirming
guy?
all of our
Nah,
thoughts.
now
Just
wait
made
a
it back
minute.
from the Mini Moto Track Day. That was an absolute riot. Freeway's Garage.
Yeah, see,
So fantastic.
confirmed everything.
Kevin
we thought.
said he's
Right.
done it a couple times and really liked it a lot. He said it was a hoot.
That's
All right.
awesome. Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan.
Apparently, Chris likes the Browns more than me.
Now,
Decisions were
tell
made.
the story now. Don't be cutting stuff out.
That's the story as I know it.
I told
Now-
All I
you.
know is 1 second I'm riding with Chris, the next second he fucks off. I'm like, well,
Now,
I'm like, he
John.
must not have liked that I cut in
I
front of that woman and a
now,
child.
Now, John, the
I
one
didn't
thing.
let him cross in front of me. I
The
didn't.
one-
I
the one-
didn't use chivalries.
I said, Jono, Mr. Smith is
No.
going to be home.
I didn't get that much.
Yes,
one-
yes,
the
you
I
one-
did.
said, if you don't mind, I heard your exact words. If you don't mind, there's 271. I'm gonna bag it back home. I'm bagging out. I'm heading home.
And you said, why is that? And I said,
I didn't even get to say why is that. Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm like, okay. And you said I'm done. I'm like, okay.
Fair enough.
I'm done. I'm done with you.
Done.
That's what I heard.
Well, gee.
Done with you.
John, let's be serious
Does
for a
he
minute.
do that to you, Pete?
No, he can't keep up with me.
I was driving all slow and watching him in my rear view mirror, making sure I didn't smoke the old bastard and have him get all grumpy because I left him in the dust. And
Oh man.
trying to nurse him along, and then he fucks off.
So he doesn't get lost on
Then
Warren.
it takes me right through Aurora.
The intruder and the drifter were like fucking like melding. I thought it was great.
Oh,
I was
you were
having
on
a
the
great
V
time.
twin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were
Yeah,
V twinning
we were-
it.
we
You guys were
twinning
V
it.
twinning it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a grinder. Dude.
Oh yeah, wild hogs. Yeah.
The intruder and the drifter.
Were you wearing cuts?
The slippery sand.
The anal intruder and the anal drifter. Yeah.
I thought we were doing great.
They didn't let anybody pass them. They were fucking giving the fist.
It ultimately took me 2.5 hours to get from Cleveland to Nelson's Ledges, which should take 50 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was a great ride.
Yeah.
It was a great ride.
Especially
I agree.
after I got rid of Chris Smith.
Smith fucked up. It's so much more enjoyable.
I'm like, great, now I can fucking go fast.
You can just go as fast as you want to go.
I got up Sunday morning and drove home from Whalen Wayne weekend. Had 200 miles in by like 11 in the morning.
Jesus.
But when I left down there, it was so fucking foggy. I couldn't see where I was going. I had to go pretty slow.
What was the temperature? It had to be like
It was-
40 something.
It was like 47, yeah.
Damn. Wow.
But it was a nice ride. By the time I got home, everything was warm and dry.
Have fun?
That was a great event. I'm gonna put it on the calendar for next year.
Yeah.
What took place? Just some rides around there and stuff, or
Yeah, so there's just like a huge camp out in a field. It's on the campus of Hocking Technical College, and the weekend was catered by their culinary division. They have a culinary school there.
Oh, and I was bougie.
Kind of reminded me of Army Chow.
I was bougie.
The food wasn't like it was basic food, but there was plenty of it, and it was good, and whatever. Yeah, and the rides were good.
There were some eggs. There were a little bit of steak.
Yeah.
Foie gras.
so like it was rides, so like organized rides. And
Pete, tell him about that first ride.
Well, the first ride, yeah. We went 100 miles the first day, and it took us 6 hours. So we're averaging like 16 miles.
That is pretty slow.
Yeah, I was like,
That is a
yeah,
really slow ride.
Killing me.
It gets better.
The second day was a little better. The third day, we're going to join.
And what were you riding?
My F800.
Okay.
But these are gravel roads and like some
Yeah.
single track stuff. And I mean, you could sign up for different rides if you wanted like all pavement or easy gravel, or you wanted Forest Service roads, or you wanted to like break your leg or break your bike. Those options were there too. So you could join whichever group you wanted, or you could ride them on your own too. They gave
Right.
you all the GPS routes. So the third day we started off with a group, and it sounded like it was going to be a good ride. And first thing, we're not even out of town yet. We got to stop at a gas station. So like 20 bikes pulling to a gas
Oh,
station.
I know you hate that shit.
Yeah. Well, then before we leave, we stopped 2 more times before we
Did
even
some
got out
ignorant
of
son
town.
of a bitch want to go get a sandwich inside there too?
No.
Did anybody actually go in the gas station?
Yes, I think
Were
so.
you fucking screaming at them?
No.
Because I've heard you screaming at people.
I could see Pete saying like, "Get your pisses out now. We're not stopping again for 50 fucking miles."
Yeah. Well, okay. So on the way home,
Yeah.
it took me 3 hours and 40 minutes to
Yeah.
come home. On my Rever, I tracked it. I had 3 hours and 35 minutes moving.
Yes,
So I
exactly.
stopped to piss twice. That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah, that was it. And you barely got off the bike for that.
Yeah, for sure.
That was it. You just leaned over really
It was
far.
It was like 5 whole minutes of fighting a raccoon for a sandwich.
And I started with a full tank of gas in the morning because I didn't want to like go 5 miles and have to stop for gas either.
Right.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
like start with full tank of gas and then go.
You just stand up on the bike and turn to the side and pee and get
Yeah,
back down.
yeah, like the Tour de France. You know, so they just piss down their leg.
It's a race, Bobby. They can't stop for anything.
When me and Mark would go down to Southern Ohio, he would wear a catheter.
Yeah.
And so we'd be riding,
It's
and all of a sudden
never
he
that
would drop
important.
back, and I'd be like, "What the hell is he doing?" And he's like, "Don't get behind
It's
me."
never that important.
The car,
Like, all right.
the car, like right behind them, the windshield wipers go on. You're like, what the hell's going on?
What's John doing?
He got it.
Oh, he got it?
Yeah, look at that.
Did he snatch a bug out of the air?
A fly.
Wow.
Hold on, John Cam.
Fucking ninja. John just snatched a fly out of the air. I saw it happen in front of me.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
That's what chopsticks are for.
Damn. He just snatched a fly out of the air.
Ninja
Wow.
son.
But you-
Honda
but-
Whisper. Ninja
No, but the
son.
real trick
You know
is...
what? I saw him in my beer earlier. Spit it out, you motherfucker.
I was going to say that fly was in the shanky, so he's not flying so straight now. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Anybody?
That was impressive, man.
That's very impressive. That's cool. So how many miles did you spend?
I kind of work in an environment where we have a lot of flies.
Oh, so you're good at it.
So we have a lot of fly practice.
I mean, my whole backyard is full of those Chinese lantern flies. You would have got there and grabbed those bastards.
They're everywhere, man. That is it. Yeah. So Pete, how many miles total did you expend over this adventure? Do you think?
750, I think.
750 miles?
Yeah. It was like almost 200 down, 200 back, and then the trail riding I did when I was down over the course of three days.
Yeah. Now that I have the F700 GS, the Poverty Edition, so it's like your motorcycle, but no suspension. And, well, none of the other good parts either. It's still the 800cc motor, but to let you know that you got the shitty one, they actually took 100 cc's off of the advertising. So they didn't reduce anything else to let you know that you had the poverty spec. other than taking the 800 number off the side and replacing it with a 7 to make sure you knew your place in life.
I still say the not Pegaso, the Funduro stickers I'm going.
Right. Oh, yeah, completely. But I was riding that bike quite a bit. I was like, I really like riding this bike. It's a really, really, really nice bike. And then I took it. We have a bit of a gravel. There's an off-road section I like to do by my house that's called the Conrail tracks. And you're not supposed to be back there. But if you run between Clegg Road and Columbia and Crocker, you're not going to run into anybody. And it's just gravel the entire way. And it's just, there's points where it gets a little bumpy. And you can just, okay, I'm just going to drive through there and hopefully nobody's sitting, waiting, But if you just don't dick around and you just use it as the express route that it is, I discovered that, yes, the F700 GS is very light in the suspension department. That it does not have that element that they call ground clearance. Its ground clearance is no. Its ground clearance is like any SV650.
Well, yeah, but
weren't you just riding on the rail?
No, I was riding into gravels. Yeah, but I'm riding into gravels.
No, but Pete, am I
just
right?
balancing on one of the rails?
If it's a GS, though, that's made for more street touring, right? Because you have to add the adventure to it to make it so it has...
No, negative.
No?
The GS is Gelandestrasse in German, which means on-road and off-road.
Right.
Okay, but I mean, but
the Adventure generally has a little bit more suspension and a bigger gas tank.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how it's advertised, but people generally, if you're like more of a road cruiser, you get the GS. If you're a guy that goes both things, get the GSA. No.
Any of your GSs are going to be gravel capable, not necessarily hardcore off-road capable.
That's what I mean.
So yeah, it is the lighter duty version.
My F700.
But when you're talking, go ahead.
My F700 GS, the way I've just taken to describing it is, my F700 GS, circa 2015, is a BMW F700 Gelandestrasse, whereas his bike is an F800 Gelandestrasse. And that's how you do. One of them has a strong emphasis on Gelande. The other one has a strong emphasis on Strasse.
The other one was the CS.
CS.
That was the belt-driven one.
belt drive.
Yeah.
Well,
The city bike.
This might as well be that.
observation I would make about railroad tracks is it's not exactly gravel. It's more like spall. Like
It's all over the place. It's just a
I
mix
don't
of
think
shit.
it's baby heads, but
Yeah.
it's.
You're
not
right.
just
It is that
plain-
bigger shit.
It's a mix
yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you get close to the tracks, the rocks get bigger. If you get a little further away, the rocks get smaller. And then if you get further away, then it's just hard packed dirt and ruts from the trucks that go back and service it.
And the hobos.
No, I did not see a single displaced person because this is Bay Village, Rocky River, and Avon Lake. So
no
there
hobos.
ain't no hobos
They
back
have
there.
them shot.
Right. No, I did catch a service truck back there with 3 guys sleeping in it. I think they were sleeping. I
Well, that's
it
the
could
old
have been
joke.
anything. It could have been anything, but they weren't getting involved with what I was doing, and I wasn't getting involved with
That's
what
the
they
old
were
joke.
doing.
What's big and yellow and sleep 6.
Yep, it was a DOT truck. Yeah, I just happened. There's one little hillside. There's one little hillside that I come over. When I come over the hillside, I saw those guys sitting there, and I was like, "Yep, I'm not gonna rat them out. They're not gonna rat me out. So I think we're all good." And I just, off I fucked.
By the
If
way,
you ever do get
by
stopped,
the way,
just go, have you seen my dog? It's a little brown
Oh
dog.
yeah.
I'm just looking
yeah.
for my dog.
I always just I'm down here checking for wood ash borers.
Speaking of sleeping, I went to my doctor and I told him, I'm like, hey, this new sleeping pills you gave me are really good. And he's like, well, make sure you only take one a day. And I said, no, I'm giving them to my wife. She hasn't woke up in a week.
Boo.
Starting to smell.
Getting a lot more shit done around the house.
I was going to say mine was a freebie for $10, but that one's a freebie.
That's freebie, man. It's free pass on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, So
I brought something.
the idea of
Hey, look, I found the entire box of Shanky's Whip.
the guy who traded me that F700 GS did spend a lot of time and money putting lighting on it and like doing a lot of cool shit to the bike.
Oh yeah.
And it is a fine bike. It's absolutely great bike to
It
ride
looks
around
nice.
on.
That's the black and reddish one.
Yeah,
Like, that
it drives
really
around
looks-
real nice.
And
Sharp.
he got the travel, right? Was that the guy that ended
I'm
up
pretty
with the
sure that's
travel?
the
or
exact bike that
Yeah.
Nick rented
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, I
trip
think
that he
it
was
is,
with
too.
us with.
Yeah.
Rented?
Wrecked-ed?
But that wasn't the bike's fault.
Rent a racer? Maybe not. Yeah. But in any case, it was pretty cool. It was a good bike. I've been riding it around and been enjoying it. The Moto Marini I've been riding around.
Available on the Cleveland Moto website.
Yeah, it's on Cleveland Moto website. The Moto Marini I've been riding around has actually been a lot of fun because
Oh, that thing's dope.
that's like I've been riding the Moto Marini 650 around, so it's a 10 horsepower difference between the two bikes. But the real difference is this is an adventure bike, right? So it's an adventure bike. It's they advertised as 70 horsepower. What I can tell you is this: regardless of how you count your horsepowers, what it does is when the light goes green and you just let the clutch out and just make power happen, you're at 90 miles an hour, plenty fucking fast. And so you're not going like, oh yeah, I really wish I had more. But
what kind of front wheel is on that? Is it
it's an Acront or an Acront, depending on where you're
I meant
from.
the size. Like, isn't it a long?
It's 19.
It's a 19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah,
It's 19. And the kind of a cool bike. But here's the magic trick that I discovered, and occasionally when I'm riding motorcycles, I'll find magic tricks that the bikes can do. Go to your motorcycle tonight, get on your bike, go out, pull up to a stop sign, and put the bike in third gear, and see if you can ride your bike away from the stop sign in third gear.
I don't think that'll be
This
a problem.
bike is awesome at riding away from the stop sign in third gear. And I was just like, it just has torque at that part of the rev range. They built this, they mapped this bike so that it does have a really nice urban torque package down low. And I was kind of surprised that you could just, light goes green, just third gear, just let the clutch out, give it the beans, and it just pulls away. Not too many bikes have that kind of authority.
The V85 will do it, but that's because the flywheel weighs like 90 pounds.
I was going to say, it's a tractor. It should do it. Yeah, you're in the third of 18 gears. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's you're still on the small sprocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come on, you're fine. So yeah, I was definitely impressed with.
How is the TFT and stuff? Because it looks so molded in. It looks really well.
I want you guys to look at it. It's really cool. It has a dash camera. So it comes from the factory with a camera between the two headlights that looks forward constantly. And it's looking forward constantly. And it's not displaying the image from the dash camera on your dashboard. That would be weird.
Yeah.
There'd be like a backup camera for the front. But no, what it is there's an app. Of course, there's always an app. And you download the app. It's a very simple app. And as soon as the app is downloaded into phone, you can set your app for a 1 minute, 5 minute, or 10-minute loop. And then what that thing does is that camera on the front of the motorcycle is just your witness.
And
in some parts of the world, the difference between having a dash cam on your vehicle is 20 years in jail or the other guy going to jail.
Right.
I have friends in those parts of the world. I have friends in those parts of the world where they were aggressively arrested for a motoring crime that somebody had said they had committed, and they referred back to their dash cam, and then the other guy got arrested. Mm-hmm. Because in some parts of the world, they take it a little more aggressively than we do. So the idea of the dash cam on this motorcycle as standard equipment is kind of an interesting thing. Yeah. I did turn the app on my phone. It's fine. And I let it run. And it does work. It legitimately, it records 10 minutes and then it rolls over. So if you have something bad happen, you just
So on the app, then can you look at, so you got the video?
Yeah, you got the video.
Oh, that's
right.
cool.
So if
something happens, you have to tap your phone really quick and save that 10 minutes.
Yeah, it also has an inertial sensor in there. So if there's a crash or something, it automatically saves that.
And that bike is the first one I've ever seen a TFT display on that actually changes the entire dash depending on what it's in.
So when you put it in off-road mode, you put it in dirt mode, the entire dashboard changes to a dirt mode. It turns off the ABS on the back, and it is in dirt mode. And so everything changes.
The tachometer becomes a giant dirt bike tire.
It's a giant knobby tire.
Hysterical.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
But
yeah,
like
and then as the
Nick
tachometer goes up, the tire gets yellow. It's weird. Yeah.
When Nick and I were playing with him back, he's like, I don't understand why it keeps telling me the ABS is off. I said, well, you're in dirt mode.
Yeah.
And he switched it over to what is on the V85 is the Strata mode. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he did, the entire thing changed blue.
It all changes.
Like, oh, that's weird.
It's really weird. Yeah. It's
But you've literally got an Android tablet in front of you.
It's big. Yeah, it's real big. And it does do a good job. When it goes to night mode, it doesn't blind you. So,
doesn't somebody have a reverse camera though that you can see what's behind you?
Different bikes have that. This one doesn't. This one just has a forward-facing camera. So it's the Italian rules of road racing. What's behind you doesn't matter. So But it is definitely it's a quirky thing. I don't know that I think that it's a valuable upgrade to the bike.
I have a Mackle Fresh for President thing. Does it have a cigarette lighter outlet that stays hot all the time?
I don't freaking know.
If you
we will
vote
have
me
to
in
go
for
out and check it
president,
right
all
now.
cars will hereby have a cigarette lighter that
We
stays
will have
hot
to
all
go
the
out
time.
and check that right
See,
now.
the V85 has a USB high-speed connection right in the dash, so that might be a thing.
You can charge your phone with the car off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bike off.
Hey, that's a thing
That's
that
a
can
thing.
happen. Yeah.
That's what your battery tender leader's for.
Also true.
Also true.
Yeah. I just was setting up. We finally found a buyer for the R100 RT, the blue one, and he's a worthy buyer. So he sent me pictures of his R100 RT in 1983, and he's a military veteran, chief warrant officer, retired, and 30-year police veteran in Oregon. Or, I'm sorry, Montana.
Yeah, you said Montana.
Montana. And he was a police officer, a motorcycle police officer on Kawasaki KZ1000s.
Wow.
So there's a picture of him I have with a giant cop mustache and a cop jacket, a cop mustache, the whole thing. I'm not going to throw it up because, he doesn't.
Guns don't kill
doesn't need
people.
that.
Men with mustaches.
Mustaches kill people, right. And it's freaking awesome. So he's buying the bike, and he's super excited. We're putting some new tires on it for him, putting a new battery in it for him, and all that good stuff. But he was like, yeah, I know there's got to be cracks in the bodywork somewhere. It's an R100 RT. And I literally said, okay, we're now doing a real-time Facebook chat live with each other. You tell me where to aim the camera and the flashlight. And if you can find a crack on this bike anywhere.
Oh, it is the most pristine R100 RT
ridiculous.
I've seen in 30 years.
Is he a fly and ride it back?
No, I'm delivering it.
Are you really?
Well, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm,
Phil's driving to Montana. He's hot shotting to
I'm
Montana.
having it delivered.
Yeah, no, that is.
He's real fucking close to. Oh, come on, what's the town in Washington? Not Tacoma. Come on, Phil. Eastern
Bozeman
Washington.
or Billings
Spokane.
or
Thank you,
okay.
Spokane. Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
wow,
he's like an hour and a half out of
way
Spokane.
west.
Yeah, he's an hour and a half out of Spokane. Spokane. So yeah, super nice guy, and like again, called up and was just. Like he knows the bike inside and out. He knows these bikes. So he's like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about that? What about this? And I was like, man, you know this bike. He's like, oh yeah, I know this bike.
Dude,
yeah.
dude, the emissions are still intact.
That was the joke.
First thing you do is rip that bastard
That was
out of there.
the joke. I was like, you do know that this jet bike has been kept so immaculately pristine that they insisted on repairing the emissions, not removing the
And that's got that
emissions.
stupid ass electric servo in it too, because with the two prongs on it. Your emissions are intact.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that's going. I love the fact that I've had so many people on Facebook Marketplace tell me, you're never going to get your money for that bike. You should just sell it to me for $3,000. And I'm going to turn it into a cafe racer. You're never going to get that money for that bike. You should sell it to me for $2,500. I'm going to trade you my dad's Harrington & Richardson shotgun and a pound of lightly used cocaine, right? Whatever. Like all these people.
Now you're talking.
All these people that are offering me garbage for that bike. And I'm like, you know what? The right guy's going to find it someday. And that's the trick about our shop is stasis.
If you told me that this dude had showed up, but like, I'm going to trade you my dad's gun and an Xbox 360 and some fucking cocaine and some penis pills, and I'm going to turn this into a cafe racer, I would have throat punched him.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Because this is not that bike.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's
I
definitely
watched a
not
guy
that
fuck up a Mystic one time, and ever since then, I kind of have a vendetta.
Yeah, this is a prime example of when the right guy finds the right bike.
You mean he didn't lay it down in the driveway, taking it on a test drive?
No, he didn't.
Like Hofford, the Grumpy Sir guy episode was, oh my gosh.
And I'm pretty goddamn happy that he was so good to deal with on the phone and everything else. He was like, he goes, all right, seems like a good deal. He goes, is this the kind of relationship where I even need to bother asking for a discount? Right? And I said, well, you don't have to ask, but I've already given you a $500 discount just because you've been so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Right? So I've given you $500 on my end just for the hell of it, just because you've made this so damned easy for me. And he's like, great, cool. Well, that'll cover the shipping then. Great. That's great. You're dealing with somebody who's a human being and not showing up and being like, well, the ad says 4,000, I'll give you 1,200.
Right.
Because that's 90% of the people that we see. Tanuki
And
drink.
Tanuki is up.
Tanuki's up, drink.
I need a little splish.
Yeah, here, take some of this. I've only spit a little bit in it.
Oh my god.
Nah, it's fine. I
It's the
literally
right
just poured
color.
Here, take some of this. I don't need it all. I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing communicable.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, exactly. That's the famous last words.
There's squigglies in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I can see little things. They say Freemasons run the country.
Oh, dude, I got deeper conspiracies.
hey Tom, grab me a sauce in there, would you?
All right, so
What was the other topic that you had sent on over?
John
there's
Penton.
2.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you want to skip IKMA? Cool. We can do that. All right, that's cool. I was just going to do IKMA. So I would just do IKMA. I don't know what you guys have planned for October 5th. But if you're... Well, I just had it all pulled up and queued up. So, it's cool. It's all right. If you want to reveal to the crowd what the next topic's going to be, that's cool. I thought I was going to save it.
I'd have to get my phone out and actually look at the topics to know that.
You could also do that because we tend to list the topics in the order.
I want you to know that I'm very itinerant about trying to look at the topics, but today,
You guys
of all
need
days,
to,
I
you
was
guys
not
need
able
to have
look
some
at
of
the
my
topics.
drink.
Right,
You
exactly.
need to crack a can
don't-
of calm the fuck down, Johnny
Hey,
Mac.
hey, settle down.
just okay.
Is Shaky's whip turning on people?
If you,
What's
yeah,
going
it
on?
is.
Settle
All right.
down. Look, if I'm the voice of
I'm
reason,
ready to
settle
throw
down.
the table over.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
If you have money and you like motorcycles, tickets to Milan right now from Cleveland are $650.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I just checked on United. So you can fly. It's going to be 11 hours in
Damn,
the
I've
chair.
even got status.
Because you got to drive to Newark. You got to fly to Newark first, or EWR, yeah, first. So, but then you end up at Milan, and there's one train you take literally from the Milan airport to the Fiera Dome. It's like a big ass convention center, and it's in the town of Rho outside of Milan. One train. You can't really fuck it up. And then you're going to be at the IKMA show, Europe's largest motorcycle show. So if you like motorcycles, this is the place to spend 5 days.
Have you been there, Uncle Phil?
I have not been there, and I've been trying to get there for many, many fucking years. And it just kills me that I have not been able to get to this fucking thing. And I was like, today I was going, well, it's not that much money. And the problem is kind of when you get there, the hotel that's walking distance from the event is, long and short about $360 a night. Now, if you're willing to get on the bus or the streetcar, you can go a hotel that's $100 a night. And that's probably the right way to do it.
And you could probably stay at a hostel if you're really pressure.
If you're super poor,
It's
yeah.
like $10 a night, but you got to hide your valuables in your
Yeah,
anus.
I would probably just go for the $100 a night hotel.
Yeah.
But this is not your average weekend International Motorcycle Expo kind of thing. This thing runs, if you're media, you get in on Thursday or Wednesday, the 5th of November, and the thing isn't over until Sunday, the 9th. So this makes AIM Expo look like a dot, right? And we've been to AIM Expo. You could walk all of AIM Expo in, what do you think about?
2 hours.
2.5 hours, right? 3
Depends
hours.
on how detailed you want to be, but just walk it. Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours and see all the booths and stuff.
I was more interested in the pool at the hotel come the second day.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, another bunch of the same Chinese bikes that I've seen with
Kind of what it
different
is,
badges,
right?
Yes.
Well, this is not that. The Fiera Milano Exposition Center is goddamn gigantic, and this is that kind of an event where every single European motorcycle manufacturer, this is their A game.
And this is the type of thing where they're like breaking loose with like the prototype just
Everything.
showed up. Like this is the the cutting edge of the newest.
This is exactly
The
right.
Chinese are showing up the 3D cameras and taking like 360 degree photos and
Right. So last year's numbers, they had
Model-
7. Go ahead.
I think he said prototypes, but also model debuts. I mean, actual production models.
And
this is
if
like
you
one of the
wanna know-
unveilings.
Yeah.
What accessories are BMW going to have next year? This is where you go. If you want to know what Triumphs are actually going to be there next year, despite what you may have read on Adventure Rider or whatever, you go to this. If you don't know what color the new Vespas are going to be next year, you go to this. This is how you find out. This is how you separate the BS social media stuff or the spy photos from the actual real deal. Because if it's at IKMA, it's real.
I think to put it in perspective for like car guys,
Yeah.
there's 3 big auto shows. There's New York, Detroit, and Tokyo.
Tokyo for sure.
So
Yep.
those are the major
Yeah.
hitters, and Frankfurt too. Actually.
Absolutely.
And this is one of the major motorcycle shows.
600,000 visitors. Now, we talked about 40,000 people at AMA Vintage Days. Okay. 8,000 journalists from 74 countries. 2,163 brands. 770 exhibitors. This is a big thing. It's a really big thing. And 27 miles walked per day.
That sounds like the SEMA of
Yeah.
motorcycles.
No, I'm joking. 27. All right, right. But it's going to be. It's not small. It's a big fucking deal. And this is kind of what we used to joke about. We talked about the old Indy Dealer Expo where it filled up all of Indianapolis. Not the convention center, the entire city.
When is the date for that?
So this thing is happening October 4th through 9th.
No, November, October.
November, sorry. Thank you. November. Yeah, November 4th through 9th. So November 4th through 9th. So it's a really, really big deal. And I've been trying to get there, so I'm going to make some sort of a veiled attempt. MotoHop says GP bikes were stolen last year, and the year before her father and son team tried to steal a Kawasaki. A father and son team. So what do you think is going to be stolen this year?
Well, we haven't picked anything out yet.
Oh, my money's on a Moto MV Agusta. If you're in Italy, steal something Italian. All right, that would be my move.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty big event, but it is one of those things. It's like it's a major commitment to go. Some of my friends have gone; they spoke highly of it, so I think that's pretty neat.
I was actually there in the 1980s. It was before it was IKMA, but
Really?
yeah, it's when I was in.
European Motorcycle Show.
It was still in Milan. I mean,
Yeah.
but
It literally was just like 4 Kajivas.
no, they had it. There was a bicycle show in conjunction with it.
Really?
Which I was more into bicycles at the time, but so it was like bicycle industry and motorcycle industry all at the same thing.
So 4 Kajivas and a Bianchi.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I have no problems. So apparently this has been IKMA is celebrating their 110th year of, and I don't know how they're calculating that, but two-wheel design. So that's the big theme of it this year, is that it's going to be 110 years of two-wheel design. That's their game. So anyway, if you've got a lot of money and you want to spend some, go to IKMA. And maybe if I can figure something out, I'll be there with you.
And if you can't, at least start watching the coverage because that's the real deal
Right.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you know that you can't make it to IKMA, apparently what you got to do is you got to go to the Moto Beach Classic in California. And the Moto Beach Classic is one of these ones where I guess this thing wasn't even on my radar.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay. Right. And so here's me, Roland Sands Design, right? They're out there and they're combining. Are you guys familiar with the Mission Food Company?
Yes.
You go to those aisles in your grocery store,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that have like, Mission sponsored the Roland Sands Design Moto Beach Classic, October 11th, Bolsa Chica State Beach, Huntington Beach, California. So it's actually on the fucking beach. I think this is a cool event. It's all about surfing, music, food, motorcycles, and all that stuff. Music, vendors, the whole thing. It looks cool. Plus, you're right on the water, so you're literally on the beach.
So what kind of motorcycle? Is it like a custom built
I'm
show?
glad
or-
you asked.
I mean, you keep saying Roland Sands, so I'm like, how does the skulls and crossbones and
Well,
iron
no, he's
crosses
done
work
some,
into?
dude. Roland Sands
Wow,
designs some
here's
cool
Tom
shit.
showing his depth and the lack thereof. All right, so before Roland Sands sold you a jacket with a shirt or with a logo on it, Roland Sands was building what? Super Hooligan, Super Mo. That's what Roland Sands was all about. Like these events are all generally sliding sideways on asphalt or dirt or whatever. It's not.
What he made his money doing?
Dude, you know what? But here's something pretty cool.
Shit on him. Go ahead. Great. Fine.
Yeah.
Multi-fucking billionaire says, who the fuck is Tom Pennington?
I know.
What he's done is he's really opened up the sport to a lot of things that died away in the 80s when people stopped doing flat track, dirt track.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So like I got to meet a couple of this dude, JJ Miller and JJ McMillan and another dude. I raced with them when I did the flat track thing at the soda pop thing. Remember at the Wolfstein Center?
When you were doing the racing on the
with
Coca-Cola syrup.
So I didn't know that these dudes were actually like real racers.
Yeah.
Right? So we're just doing all the boonie bike stuff and everything, right? So we start talking more.
You realize you're in way over your fucking
head. No, because when they pulled their mini bikes out, they were like custom built. Bikes. It was insane. Yeah. So, but they start talking about they race Super Hooligan.
Yeah.
And to your point, and that's what spurred this in my head, was they are literally the last, like these dudes live in their vans. And like, so this series, they might go to this series and race it, but then like 2 weeks later, it'll be like a California race. And these dudes will drive with no assistance. There's just them, their van,
they'll end up in Wyoming on a quarter-mile dirt horse track.
It's
right?
like, it's literally the last Sebastian of like old badass just dudes in vans traveling around.
When John and I, when we went out to Portland and we're out there, and you could see at the one show in Portland, they'd taken over this basketball stadium and they'd dirted it up, and like they literally turned a basketball stadium into a fucking flat track course. Yeah. And just kept pouring dirt into it, right? And these guys were amazing, fantastic, terrifying, right? And just balls to the wall the entire time, and on just a 500cc motorcycle, and just throttle pinned wide open, and just cool as fuck.
This last weekend, we were talking to this kid that was there road racing, and his dad said that he's mostly been going back and doing hooligan and flat tracking because he really wants to get to AMA Superbike.
Nice.
So to get there, a lot of the road racing guys go and do the super hooligan and all that stuff to get that slide stuff kind of down, so they can bring it back to like full road racing, which is really kind of cool.
It's really, this kind of an event is the kind of the contrast to going to a superbike event. Going to something where you've got the Aprilia race trailers are there, and the Yamaha's race trailers are there, and BMW's race trailers are there, and it's money, 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 money. These guys are on a wide spot on the beach. So like literally go in the water and watch the race.
Yeah.
You know, don't get bonked by a surfer.
They're also going to have some kind of motocross race.
That's exactly it.
Too,
right.
So.
It's the same thing. So for one event, you're going to get to see so many different motorcycle disciplines. Plus, there's going to be a surfing competition happening on the same piece of beach. It's fucking cool,
See, I
man.
kind of like
that
this.
sounds
like,
fun.
I see a trend.
Yeah.
Like if you've noticed, like even at Sturgis and other places, people are saying like people are kind of getting sick of like just. There's always going to be people doing this, but I'm saying the general, like a lot of the newer people that are into it are just getting like nobody wants to go and just get shit hammered and like watch bikes do burnouts anymore.
And that's
like, you know, like it's like now you're getting all these kind of like the chopper crowd is kind of bringing this kind of shit together. Like, hey, we want to ride our choppers, but we also want to go see dudes racing and do this or whatever. So
I'm totally for the idea of it. And, you know, one of my best experiences was I was in San Francisco and went to the Dirtbag Challenge. And the Dirtbag Challenge is a bunch of guys building $500 motorcycles, and then they got to take them out on a ride and then sleep overnight on the gear they bring on their $500 motorcycles. And then they come back to Treasure Island, and, you know, we're out on this piece of property that, like, there's nothing cheap in San Francisco, guys. I'm sorry. There's nowhere that you can possibly have a motorcycle event in San Francisco unless you go halfway across the bay. And if you go halfway across the bay, not the whole way, there's a little island out there that the military used to run. And it turns out there's a whole bunch of light industrial on that island. And they're closed on Sunday. Did I say they were closed on Sunday? I did. And then a bunch of these assholes show up and just take the place over for the entire Sunday. And we went out there and had a silly time. Burned the tires up, had a great time, had an 8th mile drag race right in the middle of all the people. Like, silly, stupid fun. But it's that type of motorcycle event that isn't just guys on Interstate 71 pulling a wheelie at 120 miles an hour with 297 of their friends. This is a thing that exists now, and it's a thing that existed in the time of Steve McQueen. It's a thing that existed in the time of the Pentons. It's a thing that existed in the time of our ancestors rode motorcycles, would go out, and they would say, this is where we're doing that event. We have the cones, we have the 55-gallon drums, let's go do it. And there were actually sanctioned events that this happened. Pretty excited about it. And again, wasn't on my radar. Got to figure that shit out. So they've done this in correspondence in previous years with Red Bull Straight Rhythm. So they've done the Rhythm sections there, which I think is also amazing. So you're going to have a lot of entertainment opportunities, but it is funny if you look at the pictures from the previous events. It is definitely our kind of thing. If you want to throw that up, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
fun as shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Why aren't we there right now?
Right.
Why don't they do that at Mid Ohio?
They do.
No, I mean, like,
I feel like I feel
that's-
like we could be doing this in Sleepy's backyard.
I know. This is.
I was like, why don't we buy some junk cars and
Right.
we have a little course and we go like around the pond, back around, like just.
I'm in, dude.
hey,
I don't
John.
care. I hate grass.
John from
Just less grass,
from
man.
history,
Knock it down.
History serves. I don't have to buy junk cars. They just show up.
They do show up. So yeah, this
Run
is
what
kinda,
you brung, I guess.
Yeah, this is one of those events where I'm like, this is kind of fucking cool. Like, this is just a neat thing. If you just want to get away from Cleveland in October, figure out a way to get yourself out on Huntington Beach, right? And that'd be a really fun thing to show up to. And what kills me is most racing events, you have to go out of the city about 45 minutes, no matter what city you're in. This is the opposite. This is happening at the fucking beach.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's kind of cool. I like that.
I just like that there's more and more motorcycle things going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of like MotoHop used the term net positive, and I agree with that.
Well,
Like,
and we talk about the tribe of what we do, and we talk about the tribal influence that we all have on each other, and the stuff where you're like, oh, I'm going to go do a thing that I've never done in this tribe that I've been a part of for 50 fucking years, and I'm going to go do something that I've never done before. I'm going to go do a cool, weird event just to taste it and see what it's all about.
And the thing is that even if you're crossing paths, you're going to something that you don't usually do. Right. Those people, they can sense that you're not they know.
How much fun did you have at Nelson's Ledges?
Yeah, you just walk around. People know they in 2 seconds they could sniff you out, and if you're one of them, then they're cool. Instantly.
Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed about like these kind of events. I think that's really, really cool. I'm a fan. So on to talking about our ancestors. John Penton, 100 years old and officially won life. John Penton, if you don't know John Penton, if you ride a KTM or have ever been passed by a KTM, thank John Penton. That's all him, guys. If you haven't seen the John Penton documentary, you should. It's really good. It's a great story. John Penton has always been, John and Jack, the whole family have always been super great. If you live in this area, you have met them, probably, I hope. John Penton promised me that he was a listener of our podcast, but he also said Carl when he was talking to me. So it might have been, there might have been another podcast. I'm not exactly sure John was a podcast kind of a guy. I never saw him with his phone in his hand, so I don't know if that was his speed. But
it was pretty interesting, though, that he got to do that thing. He made it downtown. What was it? Just like a month ago, right, Pete, with that 100-year anniversary right there in his hometown? He made
I'm not aware of that, but
yeah,
I don't know.
They had on the Wednesday nights or whatever his hometown is, or Wednesdays, and during the summer they'd have these events.
Right.
And so they actually celebrated his 100th anniversary or something. Like he got to do that before he passed, I heard.
That's cool. I mean,
so like he got celebrated. You know what I mean? People were like, woohoo, which is kind of nice.
I'm an absolute. The guy's never been a dick to me. The guy's always been super cool to me. I used to bother him about once every 3 weeks to ask if he had any leads on High Point trailers. Because the man that introduced...
okay, make your jizz sound.
I've been paid not to.
Yeah, okay. The guy that introduced so many innovations in motorcycles and changed the entire way motorcycles are ridden off-road. I have always wanted a Penton High Point trailer. And from the first time I saw one, I was like, yep, I need to have one of those. And I see them occasionally out and about at places, and nobody will ever fucking sell one. And it bothers the shit out of me that nobody will sell one.
We're bringing it up, right?
I'm going to bring it up real quick. I'm going to put up the image so everybody can see it. But they are a unique thing. They are aerodynamic. Go ahead and throw it up, Sleepy. They come in every possible configuration. This is a 2-axle. So this is a short with 2 axles. But they're fiberglass. And they come in ridiculously long with 2 axles. They come in ridiculously short with 1 axle. But they're all tall enough that you can stand up inside of it. And they're built to haul motorcycles.
You're gonna laugh at this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the old man that rides past the shop every now and again with the 2 dogs and the mobility scooter.
Yeah.
I think he has one.
No,
in
he
his
doesn't.
No, what is that?
He has an interesting looking trailer, but it's
'Cause
not
it's
a high
real
point.
close.
I did look at it. I stopped and looked at it.
Because
And-
he lives like 4 houses down.
Right, and this is the one. I mean, this is literally. There are the coup de grace, but this is the one I've been hunting for a long time. The Vista Cruiser. So this is the high point with the with the
Nice.
ladder on the front and the windows and the rack and the whole deal. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. One of those right there. And I used to bother him constantly. Penton's got a lot of innovations, but the biggest thing he did was he put his money where his mouth was, and he talked to the Austrians and said, I got an idea for a motorcycle. You can help me get there. $6,000 in 1912 was a lot of money. That wasn't 1912. I'm making that up. But he invested his own money, and they built 6 prototypes for him. He brought those 6 prototypes back to the United States and won everything he fucking entered. So that changed motorcycling because you were either on a Penton or you weren't. And that became KTM. So pretty cool, fast story. Anybody?
Also, High Point motocross boots.
That's what I was
which
going to
like the
say.
gold
Has
standard of motorcycle
anybody
boots.
watch
Yeah.
Mad Max?
Yeah, there you go.
Did you watch Mad Max? Have you ever seen the movie Mad Max? Because if you've seen the movie Mad Max, then you know about one of my absolute favorite items in the world. Oh, go ahead. Let's shrink this down to human size. There it is. If you've seen the movie Mad Max, you know these boots. Because yes, the main Force Patrol, Mad Max, wore these boots. Of all the boots on planet Earth that they could have worn, that's what Mad Max wore. And that's a bad motherfucking boot right there. There is no doubt you came to play if you show up with fucking metal on your shins, right? The high point boot is a bad motherfucker.
And it's another thing too, where he went to CD Boots
Yep.
and said, "I want you to make this boot for me. This is how I want it."
Exactly.
And so he innovated that boot, but he used a known manufacturer to do it, and the rest is history.
It's legendary. And that is one of those ones too, where it's like, I have owned 3 pair of these. I've gotten to wear them twice each, and they fall apart because they're ancient, right? They've never been correctly cared for and everything else. But I'll be at a motorcycle show and I'll see a set of them sitting there, size 11s, and I'll be like, oh, I'm taking those. I'm getting those home. And then I'll push shoe polish into them, push mink oil into them. But old leather is just old leather. And as soon as you bend over and they just rip down the sides, and you're like, oh, man. You know, the leather gremlins have gotten to them. It's just too bad. The innovations that John Penton did that ended up making motocross and motorcycling better are just amazing. He really did have an impact. Not to mention the fact that, you know, our friend Dustin worked at KTM because they literally are down the railroad tracks from Dustin's house.
Actually, and when we talked earlier about the Kartplex, which was only 20 miles away, the
Yep.
Kartplex is very near where the Penton's
Right.
motorcycle shop was out there.
And so if you've ever, it's one of those, you know, the Amherst, Ohio KTM connection is strong.
Well, it wasn't like Metal Arcs, which is still there. I mean, that was like ground zero.
That's
right?
the test
All-
pit.
Yeah.
So the Meadowlarks was all about, you could go from KTM headquarters down the gravel railroad track siding and be at Meadowlarks.
Yes, Bruce talks about that fondly of riding down the railroad tracks to the Metal Arcs and stuff.
Bruce has got so much history with the Pentons. It's pretty cool to talk to Bruce about it. That's a pretty neat thing. But John always showed up at AMA Vintage Days. John always held court with the whole Penton crew.
He was a grand marshal there
Absolutely.
probably 10 years ago.
Yep, absolutely. Super good guy.
What was Bruce was telling me the other day about riding a 500 Mako, like the big bore 500 2-stroke Mako that for a while he raced that shit. I'm like, Bruce, where are you bringing it? I mean, like. He's got stuff down in his garage, like that Osa Stiletto and stuff. I'm like,
Exactly.
why isn't that at Mid-Ohio?
Why is that not at Mid-Ohio?
Come on,
Thank
man.
you. You've got some pieces of history in your garage right now. Yeah, he really did. Penton is one of those guys that it was not good enough for him to grab an old World War II surplus Harley or Indian and go ride it through the woods and call that off-roading. That wasn't acceptable. He was like, nope, I'm going to go to Europe and get some of these smaller motors that have a great power to weight ratio, and we're going to build some frames.
And he was on the International 6 Days team for years.
Yep.
And won gold medals at that shit.
Yeah.
He was in the movie On Any Sunday.
Absolutely.
Actually, on the 50th anniversary of On Any Sunday, which would have been 2022, I think.
Yeah.
They showed it at the Palace Theater in downtown Lorraine, and John Penton was there.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday afternoon, like a matinee, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And there was a bunch of guys from California that were here, like paying homage to him. And he was just sitting in the theater watching it with the rest of us regular schmucks.
Yeah, and that's absolutely what it is. The guy did, a military veteran, obviously war hero, motorcycle guru, hardcore racer. I'm going to go ahead and you can throw the picture up. This is a good one for the kids at home. It's pretty good when you can wear a shirt that has your picture on it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. He was just a super duper nice guy. And the big thing was everything he did, he was always 100% for the motorcycle sport. Like his ideas and his innovations that he came up with, the 6 days goggles and like all kinds of different gear that we as a young kid growing up in the 80s, so many of the things that were aspirational for me to have were Penton innovations, were stuff that he came up with. And that's pretty fucking cool. There's nothing, we're not taking anything away from the guy. He really, really had it going on. And I'm very happy that he lived to be 100 years old too, because that's an accomplishment, to race your motorcycles your whole life. Sometimes motorcycles take years off your life. He lived to be 100. So keep that in mind. You can jump shit, break shit, fly over the trees and stumps and breathe all the two-stroke oil and smoke all the gasoline you want. You still live to be 100. If you're good, if you're cool. And he did. So
drink bourbon, smoke cigars. Let's go.
it's I'm telling you, it is it's a big thing for me that he made it to be 100 years old. It's a really cool thing. It's also a really cool thing that we're lucky enough here in Cleveland, Ohio, to have him be kind of like our grandfather in the motorcycle community all the time. We could go to any event, Penton would be there. That was just it. Or Jack could be there. Like they just.
I think you can take it further than that, though. He was like the godfather, like the OG of dirt bike guys.
Yes, he was.
But he happened to be from our backyard.
He
absolutely we happened to be from
was.
his backyard. Is a better way of saying it.
What Pete's saying is that Pete still owes him $100, and so he's going to his kneecaps tomorrow.
Yeah, the Grand National Cross Country, which he was the champion of for many years in the road. That's a race that still today is a wild and woolly race, and you think about running it with the technology they had back then compared to what they have today.
Or the Jack Piner events,
Yeah.
which they ran on big heavy bikes, and then he actually named one of the Pentons was the
Jack Pine, absolutely.
Jack Piner, which is named after the bike was named after that event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which he dominated.
In 1948, he raced the Jack Pine Enduro on a Harley Davidson Knucklehead. 1948, it was post-war. These bikes were around; they were cheap. That was what you had, and what's what people raced. The next year, he came back on a BSA, right? Got second place. Guess what he discovered? Lighter is better. Do you know what he did? 1966, he showed up on a Husqvarna of his own design and won. So that was his transition. 1949, he tried a BSA, the solution was a lighter bike. Then he goes over to Europe and develops the Husqvarna, comes back and wins. 2 years later, 1968, they sell 400 motorcycles in their first year.
Well, he petitions to Husqvarna to build bikes to his specs, and Husqvarna turned him down. And that's when he approached KTM.
KTM, exactly. Yep, absolutely. It's really, really cool. 1970 sold over 25,000 Penton motorcycles. That's not a small amount of motorcycles. That's a lot of motorcycles. And then you said in 1970s, he teamed with CD and Alpine Stars to make the boots. The boots came out. 1998, they inducted him into the AMA Motorcycle Hall of Fame. And then 25, he had his 100th birthday on August 19th. So, yeah, pretty fucking cool legacy of that guy. And again, that's a guy I've met 100 times, and he's never, ever been crabby. He's never been shitty. He's always taken the time to sign anything you put in front of him. And he remembers people. I've been standing next to him when a guy walked up and said, "Hey, we raced together in 76 or whatever." And he's like, "Yo, you had that bull taco," and like the whole thing. And I was just like, "Well, where did he pull that up from?" Talking about a race that happened 50 years ago. And he's like, "Yeah, I remember you had that bull taco," and whatever. It's like, dude, that's freaking cool, man.
That's what racers do. I was on one of the racing forums on Facebook, and it's like these dudes were talking about the 70s and 80s, right? And this dude put up one picture, like, anybody remember this? and all these dudes are like, "That's Spring Willow," blah blah. He's like, "I was number 19, and that was Sunday 17." It's crazy. Like just from one little picture, you couldn't even see hardly any of the track. It was just basically the tarmac and like a tree. And these dudes knew everything, the dates, and then it was kind of cool to see because then you got to click on their profiles and like kind of scope it out. And the dudes will have like their racing pictures still as like their profile from the 70s.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, that's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, there's that brotherhood among the people that race together, and like you talked about earlier, there's a lot to be said for getting your ass and your bike in your van and going to the race.
Yeah.
Our friend Johnny Sanchez just went 93 miles an hour down the Bonneville Salt Flats on a Vespa.
Nice.
Small frame, right? That's cool. That's fucking cool. And those guys that run Bonneville Salt Flats Racing, they know each other. They hang with each other. They party with each other. They are there to help each other achieve their goal. It's not competition against each other. It's competition for each other, right? And when Johnny said he was going to run Salt Flats, land speed records on a Vespa small frame, that, my friend, has my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 10-inch wheels. 10-inch wheels at 92 miles an hour. Johnny Sanchez. Balls as big as church bells.
I had to look up Jalen's name because I'd forgotten it, but she was the one that did the Buddy Psycho. No, Blackjack. She did Blackjack.
Yeah.
Down Salt Flat. She's got Hattori Hanzo's... oh, wow, that's a really cool photo of her.
But these guys all know each other.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are all friends. They help each other every day to do the things they're doing. Super fucking cool, man. Super fucking cool. Okay, last topic for the evening, talking about IKMA. The bike that I guarantee is going to be at IKMA, and the bike will have its picture taken so many times it will have none of its soul left by the end of the weekend, is the BMW F450 GS. In case you weren't paying attention, austerity measures have been activated. What does that mean? It's smaller, it's lighter, it's cheaper than it was last year. The motorcycle buying public in this country and in every other country is spending less money. This is not the time to be selling a $25,000 piece of ass jewelry. This is the time to be selling a 400cc motorcycle for about $5,000. Because Triumph proved that with their 400cc, they could sell 9 billion of those cocksuckers. And they don't even have to be made in England. Apparently, India's okay.
Well, the BMW 310 has been a Bajaj bike for, 10 years now?
Very long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now the question is 450 cc's enough to have a GS?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, my
Okay.
favorite is still the BMW X that they made, like a flash in the pan.
Yeah,
I
go
can't
ahead
even.
and-
I can't even find one.
Sleepy,
of those
pull the picture
bastards.
up.
Yeah.
So it's a good looking bike. I mean,
Oh yeah.
upside down forks. It seems to have all the right moves.
BMW goes one of two ways. They either make it so good looking that you have to buy it because
Right.
of that, or they make it so odd that you have to get used to it.
Well, you know
and
what I
then
was
you
scared
love
of, right?
it. What? Oh, what?
I was scared this was going to have two toasters bolted to the side of it.
Oh, yeah, right.
I thought there was going to be a 1960s Hamilton Beach toaster
Right.
taped to each side of this motorcycle. Right, and that was going to be the bike we got.
But they got the color scheme, everything.
This
man.
really
Oh,
looks good.
Yeah, daddy
And
bike.
in a world of 650cc adventure bikes that are kicking around 70 plus horsepower, is it going to be okay to have a 450? Is that going to be the right thing? Or is it the thing we've been missing for the past 30 years?
Well, yeah,
Well,
I think
that's-
that's more dirt, but like dirt oriented. I think
48 horsepower.
The G450X, that's the one I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Was a 450, and like I said, I cannot. They were such a flash in the pan that I
Right.
can't even find one.
Oh yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
the successor.
I had a couple of my friends that owned one, and they were like, "Oh, it's such a." I mean, it was
Yep.
such a weird bike.
Because they did 3 of them. They
It
did
also
like
had a 3/4 of a gallon gas tank, so it was
Exactly.
like you had to be looking at the gas station every time you rode the thing, right? But this bike is straight up beautiful, and apparently, despite the exhaust header pipes going under the frame, which is normally a recipe for disaster. They put a giant piece of plastic around it and put it 16 feet in the air. So the idea was like, okay, if you go over something high enough to bust those pipes, you've earned it.
and it's got that straight edge headlight.
It does
Yeah,
have straight edge
yeah,
headlight.
and it's
Nailed
got
to the
this,
X.
it's got like the Supermoto. What do you call it? Like wheel stripes on there.
It
You
does.
See that?
It
That's
does.
pretty
Yeah,
badass.
well, the
too.
kids like that. Yeah, the kids definitely
I
like
like that too.
Yeah, the kids like that. Oh, my Toyota Previa that slammed.
Yeah.
They took a set of 18-inch mini wheels on it, and they have stripes on the wheels.
Oh yeah.
So like I've got contrasting stripes, not just on the vehicle, on the Previa, but on the wheels.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that's what's going on here too. So yeah, that's a pretty cool motorcycle. I think that BMW is going to crush it with this thing. I really do.
Well, I think this is indicative of where the market is going to have to go, because everybody who's an experienced rider at this point that would ride 600 and above is kind of aging out, and this younger market that can't afford a $30,000 Honda car
right
is going to have to start getting on two wheels, just like every other country in the world.
Or somebody that doesn't have a lot of money that wants to do the kind of event that I just did this past weekend. You know, you're not going to do it on a $30,000 or $25,000
Oh no,
big BMW GS.
But don't you see this as like like when the 310 came out, people liked it, but a lot of people said, "Hey, I want a little more." This is kind of like, isn't this like the next version of the 310 now, kind of?
well,
Like more the aggressive.
Well, the problem is Americans have been tuned to this idea of you have to have a 1200cc bike or more in
but that's
order
not
to
what we're
do
talking
anything.
about. We're talking the 310.
No. Point being is that if you talk to any American before 10 years ago, they would have told you anything under 1200 is a waste.
it's
And
definitely a shift in the market.
Now we are shifting
Yeah.
down to 310 and 400 are acceptable starter bikes.
What I was trying to get at is the 310 was so successful.
Yeah.
So there's no question that people are into the smaller bikes, and people loved it. Some of the guys said that on the forums and stuff that they wanted a little more and maybe a little more off-road. So I thought, BMW notices that, especially if it's a popular bike, and I didn't know. So I was asking them if you had insight to whether like this was like the next generation of that. Are they going to discontinue the 310s now and go in this direction? Or?
Yeah, I have no knowledge of that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard any squabble about that. What I absolutely can tell you is, for not our market, I mean, keep in mind, we like to think we're the center of the universe, and we're not the center of the universe. There is a thing called the A2 class license. The A2 class license has a very hard out on how many horsepower you're allowed to have. So because you can have an A2 class license when you're under 25 years old in Europe, you don't need to have 15 years of motorcycle riding experience, whatever the rule is. I can't quote it at the time, but it's an extraordinary big population group that is operating within an A2 license. So, you're an 18-year-old guy, you get your license, you can't just go out and buy a 100 horsepower motorcycle. You've got to, it's a graduated licensing system. And this slots into that A2 quite nicely. In fact, there's a lot of companies' motorcycles. There are a hell of a lot, like the Honda CB500X, they detuned it down so it would slot into that A2 license structure. So that's a big part of this particular bike, is that it is ready to go for that A2 slot. Now, in the United States, they don't, honestly, BMW doesn't care how we do our license structure, which is just a license. They're not building that bike with 48 horsepower, which is technically the law in Europe is 46.9 horsepower for the A2. Anything under that, you're okay. Anything above that, not so good. And they have a power to weight ratio as well for the motorcycles. So a big thing for BMW is going to be they want to hit that market, because right now that market is dominated by the MASH 400 and a bunch of other Chinese 400s. So bunch
KTM 390.
390. He's a great KTM 390 is a great example of who's leading that market. Bingo. So right now BMW is going, there's money in there. We can take some of that money. And if we come up with something like this, which is fucking gorgeous.
I'm gonna throw something out there.
Yeah.
The new Beta 350s. Have you seen those? Yeah. That's a good looking bike.
Yeah.
There's a Beta 350X and the
It's
350 Alp. I think one of them.
RX, RR, and X.
No, those are the more hardcore ones. This thing I'm talking about looks like
The Alp 4.0.
yes.
Yeah, the Alp 4.0.
I think it's a good looking bike.
Yeah, it is a good looking bike. Yeah, it's a real good looking bike. I'll pull one up so everybody can check it out. Again, that's what the thing about the Beta that's so crazy is it's so fucking lean.
Yeah.
It is a trials bike, but it's a street bike, and so it's hard to look at the Alp and not see a trials bike there, which gives me problems because of the Sherco. So I'm not allowed to ever. You can throw that up if you want to. I'm not allowed to look at trials bikes or even bikes that look like they were parked next to trials bikes.
So
but that's a cool bike.
That's the Alp 4.0, which is the more street version
Yes,
of it.
it is.
And then
Yep.
they make the Alp, I believe it's called the Alp X.
Look at this lineup.
Yeah,
Pull this up. Look at how many freaking bikes there are. Holy shit, Beta. Leave some pussy for the rest of us. What the fuck? How many bikes does Beta? I thought KTM had a bunch of bikes. Beta's gone crazy. I can tell you right now, if as a dealer, I look at that list of bikes and I shit myself. That's like, oh, okay, Mr. Waters, you want to be a Beta dealer? You only need to have 51 bikes. Yeah, but who's going to buy the Pro 50? You know, okay, so you said the Alpex?
Yeah. That's
The Alpex? All right.
That's the same, same bike, but a little bit
more adventure-y?
Somebody's dad who's an immediate overachiever that wants their 5-year-old to freaking be a motocross GP racer in 10 years.
All of the KTMs they wanted me to carry were children's bikes that were $10,000. I was
so
like,
that is the
Mistown.
bike that was copied by the Chinese and put out as the Magician.
The
Right?
Magician.
Remember that piece of shit?
Oh
that
my
was everywhere?
God.
That's what they copied.
Not wrong.
Oh my God.
I wondered because I knew that wasn't an original design. Look,
The Magician. All right, let's pull up the
one with the
Magician.
low fender.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about that bike is that low fender. Like if you had that in any kind of mud at all, that would pack up in a second.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, dude, they totally copied. Look at the
Available-
headlight and everything.
Available
man.
at Walmart.
That headlight.
Walmart.com.
Yeah, of course. By the way, if you're not sure if you have a quality bike, type your bike in. If it's available on Walmart.com, you do not have a quality bike. And by the way, on Walmart.com, this cocksucker got 1 star.
Yeah.
1 lonely star. Yeah. Fair enough. It's garbage.
Yeah, you buy that for rip it around at Mid Ohio for a weekend.
I think with 1 star, it might not make it through the weekend.
I did see one MZ Mosquito at Mid Ohio, and I looked at it for far too long.
You did? Yeah, it's tough because you look at MZs and you're like, oh, that's a good bike. Like you see an MZ 550 or something, and you're like, oh, that was a good bike. That was a good bike.
MZ Scorpion.
MZ
let's
Scorpion.
Go.
I think I got a sidecar that'll bolt right on that. Give me that big Rotax. I'll take it. And then you realize, okay, wait, no. That's why you don't buy those bikes at Mid Ohio. I had one. The guy rolled it past my booth 15 times. A beautiful silver one. Of course, they're all silver, right?
They're all silver.
The guy pulls this MZ by, and I was like, oh, don't. If you bring that MZ past my booth one more time, I'm going to give you $1,200 for it. And the guy was like, okay. And he showed back up one more time, and he goes, $1,200. And I was like, oh, fuck. And he's just riding it. And it's not overheating. It sounds good. And I was like, you can't find one part for that bike. Nothing. There is not a thing. The turn signal bulbs come from East Germany. They don't exist anymore. They're 9.5 volt. Yeah, like everything on that bike is fucking weird. Yeah, that was one of those bikes where I've always said, man, I'd get one of those Rotax MZs. Those would be pretty cool.
And then you get one, and you're like, oh, God, I bought this thing.
We had one come through the shop, and I think it was there for a week. And it was the best. Gone.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah,
but
just gone.
They're
Just
amazing,
gone.
but when you got to find parts for it, forget
No,
it.
forget it. It's done. It's just a bad idea. Yeah, that's oh man. So anyway, I'm digging the hell out of the new BMW 450. I think it's cool. I think
when it comes out, it's as good looking as it is there.
Well, that's the problem.
I don't want it to have cast wheels. I don't want it to be like.
I mean, it's going to be like another R1800 where we're like, that bike is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's awesome. And then it shows up and they changed only everything about it. Right? And they really did fuck that bike up. This bike looks perfect just the way it is.
I think
really
they
does.
learned something. Like they people were mad.
Yeah.
Because when you went to the IMS show and you saw that bike, it was like, oh my God, this is fucking beautiful.
Right.
Like I was thinking, like, what am I going to sell to buy that bike?
Yeah.
And then you see the production, and I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
are you going to open the trailer again and the real bike's coming out?
Yeah.
Because this is clearly the Temu version
Right.
of the bike you showed me last year.
Now, credit to, like, I've had a couple buddies now that own those, and
Yeah.
what they've turned them into is what we originally saw, kind of. And so that's kind of cool. Like
Through the excessive use of the accessory catalog?
Yes.
Well, that's not cheap.
No, it's not. That's the unfortunate part.
Right.
But
Because when you have to de-enshittification a bike
Right.
through the accessories catalog, because the first generation of the bike, everything on it was cool.
Yeah.
And then the actual production version came out, and you could see the weld lines on the exhaust that looks like a kid did them. Like they were stamped together in a World War I factory.
Look, it wasn't long and sleek anymore.
That 13-year-old spent hours perfecting those
Oh
lines.
my God. It was such a sad thing when it came out. I was like, yeah, all the people were like, I'm buying one of those. And the next year when the actual hard product showed up, they were like, what happened?
Not buying
what
that.
the fuck happened? Yeah, that turned a corner fast. It did not get better. Did not get better at all. So that's it. That's our show for the night. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add? Any jokes? Any tall tales? Any legends of wisdom and accomplishment?
No, I just would like to shout out again to everybody we hung out with last weekend. They all won shit. Everybody got on the
everybody got
podium and stuff.
everybody that raced at Nelson's Ledges ended up with some sort of fucking trophy. That's pretty cool.
Even John, who didn't.
Meckelfresh got first place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
I don't know where those plaques went.
Meckelfresh took first and second place. He's asleep. He doesn't know.
He was a real sleeper.
Yeah, he was a sleeper. Nobody saw him coming. Nobody expected Meckelfresh would take first and second place trophies at Nelson's Ledges.
I left them outside.
I think they're
Are they outside? Yeah, that was pretty good.
I forgot to bring them in.
In the in his class.
In his class.
In his class.
The
In his
sleeper
class.
class.
In the sleeper class. Absolutely. So big noises are being made. We should definitely consider that a winter project for us would probably not be a bad idea to figure out if we can actually go race something, because we're old now and we should go race.
Yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna do, man?
I'm thinking
what else you gonna do?
electric shopping cart.
Anything. It's just anything. Get out on the track and do 10 turns.
You know what?
Come in.
You and Becky have both told me I am not allowed to touch anything that might hurt me.
Yeah, right. Well, I do feel strongly, though, like the difference between, hey, hold my beer, watch me go around the dirt at Mid-Ohio on street tire, or I'm sorry, at band camp on street tires. There's a difference between that and we're all going the same direction and an actual racetrack with exit lines, right? So if you have an oopsie moment, you just kind of go, okay, I'm just going to blow this corner. It's going to be fine. Yeah. Not I'm going to blow this corner into Dave's pop-up camper, right? Yeah. I'm going to put a new hole in his camper. Right. That's not
and yourself.
And myself, right? That's not good. That's not good safe motorsport.
You know, you got to earn rally asshole.
Yeah, you do. They don't just hand it out. You got to steal that shit. All right. Well, if that's it, that's all I got. Everybody have fun out there. It's been Cleveland Moto Podcast. Ride fast, take chances. Play us out of here, Johnny.
Bum 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 bum.
Eject, get us out of here, Slippy. Press the red button.